After a wild one in St. Louis on Sunday, the Rowdies return to the friendly confines of Al Lang tonight to take on Ottawa Fury FC. It's the Rowdies versus the Fury tonight in St. Petersburg, and your live Rowdies pregame show starts right now. A little pregame yoga out on the field today at Al Lang Stadium. Some Rowdies fans getting their sweat on. Although I think everyone's going to be getting their sweat on tonight. It is going to be another hot one here in downtown St. Petersburg. Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Rowdies pregame show. We are coming to you live from Al Lang Stadium as the Rowdies and Ottawa Fury FC prepare to face off for the third and final time this season. I'm your host, Heather Donnelly, and joining me here at the desk is color commentator Lee Godfrey. We'll also check in with Rowdies play-by-play man Mike Pepper a little bit later in the show. Lee, this is the Rowdies' last home game for over a month, so they really need to make this one count.
Yeah, they certainly do, and they have been so good at home as of late. 4 wins in a row at home, 9 goals for and 0 against. So they would love nothing more than to take the full 3 points once again tonight before going out onto the road.
Well, let's get things started with some news and notes. Big news breaking for both Tampa Bay and Ottawa this week.
Yeah, some really big news on both sides of the ball. Damian Lowe transferred to a club in Norway, so Tamika McCandawiri will get his spot in the starting 11 tonight. In Ottawa, big surprise there. Paul Dalglish resigned as head coach early in the week, so Julian de Guzman, the former Canadian international, takes over. He was the assistant. He is now the interim head coach of the Ottawa Fury.
And now a look at the current Eastern Conference standings. The Rowdies still hanging out in that 4th place spot.
Yeah, they are, and they're still right within reach of those top 3 clubs, certainly wanting to get up there in the playoff hunt to be able to host a home game right here at Al Lang Stadium. Meanwhile, the Ottawa Fury, you see them there in 10th. They're fighting for wins just to get into the top 8.
And now a look at tonight's injury report. A few Rowdies not available to play tonight.
Yeah, Joe Cole's still out with a back injury. The same with Akira Fitzgerald. He's been out for quite some time now. And Leo Fernandez. The good news is that they do get back Keith Savage. He is healthy. He is just a healthy scratch tonight.
Well, now let's check in with play-by-play announcer Mike Pepper, who's standing by with Rowdies head coach Stuart Campbell. Mike?
Thanks, Heather. And Coach, Joe Cole kind of tweaked his, looked like it was back maybe last week, but or a couple weeks ago here at home. Gives Michael Nanchoff a chance to run with the group here that has had so much success at home. Looking forward to getting a chance to see him go with the rest of the starting 11.
Yeah, obviously it's a big loss not having Joe. He said he picked up the injury in our last home game a couple of weeks ago and obviously missed the game in St. Louis, and obviously he's getting closer, and I'm pretty certain he'll be fit and available for selection when we go to New York in a few weeks. And Nano come on in the game very early in our last home game against Harrisburg, and I thought he performed well. And he also took his chance when he got the start in St. Louis. He played well as well, so he deserves his opportunity to stay in the team.
Damian Lowe, obviously, getting a chance to go elsewhere, but you got a lot of experience back there. Tam's going to be in the back line for you.
Yeah, obviously Tam and Neil, they've had a good run of games together in recent months, and when they've played together, they've done really well, as has the whole back four. So I'm looking forward to them building on what they've done earlier on in the season.
And, of course, we can't go further without talking about the success you've had here at Al Lang. 12 wins, 9 of them here by shutout. Talk about how the team has had success here as opposed to the struggles maybe on the road.
Yeah, obviously we're very good at home. Obviously, I say it every week really, playing on this fantastic pitch in front of these fantastic fans, it's a big advantage for us. So we're looking to build on that tonight and go out and get another positive result.
Looking forward to watching it. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Got it. Lee, Heather, back to you.
Thanks, Mike. This week we also caught up with Matt Pickens and Kyle Porter. Let's hear their thoughts on Sunday's match in St. Louis and turning the page tonight here at home.
You know, we talked about it. Guys did well, fought back, got in front before halftime, which is it's amazing. You know what I mean? I don't think I've been on a team where I've been 2-0 down in the first half, and then by the time the first half ended, we were up 3-2. I think that was my first time ever being a part of that. So hats off to the guys, but we weren't able to close it out in St. Louis to get points. So disappointing today, a little angry, a little frustrated. So you can see that out on the field today. Everyone's a little bit got a chip on the shoulder. You know, we're ready for business this weekend.
I think it's a fortress. The fans are kind of like our 12th man, so they push us on when, you know, late in the game when we're tired. We have that energy pushing us forward to get a late goal or hold off a lead.
It's our place, and we got to do our business here at home. And we take pride in playing here in front of the fans. Good fan base, so we're gonna do our best to get the 3 points on the weekend.
Well, it will be tough to be without Joe Cole tonight, but Michael Nanchoff really has done a good job stepping into that role in the midfield. Yeah,
I don't think they've lost a bit right now in the midfield with Michael Nanchoff playing in that position. And as well, since Stuart Campbell moved up, Marcel Schaefer from that left back position into that attacking midfield position beside Joe Cole or Michael Nanchoff. He's been such a vital part to that attack. He's been able to provide some amazing service. He's getting assist after assist after assist, setting up goals, whether it's Alex Morel or whether it's Peterson as well. So he's been doing a fantastic job in delivery. And you just heard from Kyle Porter as well, ex-member of the Ottawa Fury. He's been setting up balls as well. A great delivery from that right-hand side. And when you're playing your old team, you always want to do well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was a roller coaster of a match on Sunday, leaving the Rowdies stunned in St. Louis. We've got the highlights for you when we come back. You're watching the Rowdies pregame show live on This TV Tampa Bay.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1 million megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Welcome back to our pregame show live on This TV Tampa Bay. Ottawa Fury FC warming up, a familiar opponent for the Tampa Bay Rowdies from their NASL days. Well, Sunday night's match against St. Louis FC was a roller coaster of emotions for Rowdies fans, with Tampa Bay falling behind early, making an impressive comeback, and then eventually giving up a last-minute goal, which would send them home without any points. Mike Pepper joins us now from the broadcast booth to show us all the highlights. Mike?
Thank you, Heather. Yeah, and it was a game where the Rowdies were able to go out and actually score goals, but it didn't really start off very well for the Rowdies, considering all their shutouts they had at home over the last couple of months. But it was early on. First minute, St. Louis, it was Merkovich who sends a long ball into Jackson. He gets by Damian Lowe, and then he gets by Matt Pickens. So early on, they tested over the top, and they were successful, and it gave St. Louis a 1-0 lead first minute of the game, and it didn't get better very quickly at all. 5th minute, and an inside ball into Seth Rudolph. As you see, Stoikov passes it in, and Paya fits it into Randolph. St. Louis now 2-0, just 5th minute. Rowdies, though, within 5 minutes, answer themselves. Marcel Schaefer on a dipping ball into the corner that gets by Adam Grinwis. Nanchoff sends it into Schaefer. Schaefer does the rest on a knuckling ball and cuts the lead 2-1. And then it was only 5 minutes after that. The ball in by Schaefer. It's ping-ponged around, and Georgie Ristov finally able to put it in. And that squared it all at 2 as the Rowdies able to get back from that early deficit. And it was the 36th minute when Kyle Porter sent the ball in. Martin Patterson on a goal of the week candidate. Diving header, able to find the back of the net and gives the Rowdies the lead 3-2, all the way back from early trailing. But second half, Stoikov again finds Rudolph in the box, heads it past Pickens. Some shoddy marking by the Rowdies, and St. Louis makes them pay. Rudolph comes in and just keeps it going. That squared it up at 3. A Damian Lowe red card, and St. Louis on the corner kick will take the shot in. It's Pleva who takes the deflection and knocks it home, and that's the difference as the Rowdies fall to St. Louis. Despite scoring the 3 goals, they lose 4-3 and not able to inch closer to the top of the table. As you saw, as we looked at in the standings right there, Rowdies still at 4th place. At one time, we were tied for 1st, but they could not get anything on there and hope to rebound tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Mike. And Lee, we talked to Stuart Campbell this week about that game, and even though it was disappointing to go home without any points, he says you can't be too upset with your team scoring 3 goals on the road.
Yeah, it was great for them to be able to come back and score the 3 unanswered goals, absolutely. But that's the difficult part, I think, that you go on the road and being able to score 3 goals but then come away with no points. That's the tough part of it. And I remember him saying, you know, what do you think? You'd expect them to come out to a slow start like that. And he said, you know, I didn't even have time to react. We were already down 2-0 before I knew how we were going to come out, good or bad. But it was great to see them battle back and not give up right away and to be able to get right back into that game.
Yeah, well, from Instagram to Snapchat to Twitter, most of the Rowdies are on some form of social media. So we asked them, which is their favorite? Take a look.
I use Instagram a lot. Decent amount. Hate Twitter. Can't get that going.
Probably Instagram. You get to share everything and get to creep everyone.
Just recently Twitter. I've stayed away from Twitter for a long time, and now I've taken the plunge and I'm quite enjoying it.
I only use Facebook and I don't really use it a lot, so it's probably Facebook.
Snapchat's probably my favorite. Does that count? Yeah, I'll do Snapchat.
I'm only on Instagram, so that might be one.
Instagram and Twitter. I think those are my go-tos. I'm not like some of the other guys. Some of the other guys get on a lot.
Instagram. It's kind of taken over everything. Facebook, between Facebook and Instagram, but Instagram more just because it's all like right there and you can keep up with everything. But I try to drift away from it a little bit because I feel like that's what I look at a lot.
I like Instagram. I follow a lot of people on Instagram. I just think it's also a good way to network as well, and at the same time throw up, you know, some good-looking pictures of me every once in a while.
If anybody's ever been on my Instagram, it's literally my little boy. He's all over it, so probably Instagram.
Just Instagram, that's probably the biggest one I'm on, just 'cause I like looking at pictures.
Don't have any social media, so none.
Don't have one, sorry.
I don't do the social media, do I? Yeah, feel a bit of a dinosaur because you don't do it, but it's just not something that's appealed to me.
Well, you won't find one for Matt Pickens, Martin Patterson, or Joe Cole. But to find out the Twitter or Instagram handle of your favorite Rowdies player, head over to the roster page on rowdiesoccer.com. And for more features and interviews like the one you just saw, be sure to follow the Rowdies on all their different social media platforms. You can follow on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram so you don't miss out on any Rowdies updates throughout the week. Well, Matt Pickens has played for Tampa Bay since 2014 and recently made his 100th appearance for the club. When we come back, the bearded goalkeeper reflects on his time in green and gold and shares how he's preparing for his future. Stay with us.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Guys, come on. T, let's go, let's go. Come on. Short pass on 3. 1, 2, 3, short pass!
We're on the road showing real people the stain-fighting power of OxyClean.
Stains on t-shirt, I see it coming out pretty quickly. The stain is gone. That's a huge difference. You could see how it was really disgusting and how white it is now.
Looks like the stain is coming out. The OxyClean started to lift it up. I'm pretty impressed.
OxyClean, America's #1 versatile stain remover. Now get the power of OxyClean in a detergent. One cap beats 4 of theirs. OxyClean gets the tough stains out.
Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show live on This TV Tampa Bay. The Rowdies and Ottawa Fury getting set for kickoff tonight here at Al Lang Stadium. Well, 2 weeks ago, Matt Pickens became just the 5th player in modern Rowdies history to make his 100th appearance for the Rowdies. He was honored by the club and Ralph's Mob for his accomplishment, even going up into the stands to celebrate with fans after the game. This week, we sat down with Rowdies goalkeeper to talk about his career in Tampa Bay, grad school, and that famous beard.
Really a cool thing to be recognized. When I look back on it, and, 10 years from now when I'm done playing, I'm really gonna probably think a whole lot more of it then, because you're not playing anymore, and you're gonna look back and be like, man, that was a really awesome night. And I still do think, but I think later on, I think it'll mean even that much more for me.
We joined at similar times, so we've kind of seen the club grow from the same point to where it is now.
I like to see the growth of things, and just like I do with my kids, I love to look back on pictures 2 years ago and still remember those times and think to myself, wow, they're getting big, and it's the same thing here. You want to see how this thing is going and what direction it's going. Is it going down? Is it staying steady, or is it moving forward fast, slow, whatever the pace may be? So it's really cool to see.
He almost says a gentle giant, but he's a real man. He kind of, sometimes I think he makes some of the lads feel like little boys in the dressing room, He's got the big beard.
Matt Pickens gets his first touch of the ball tonight. Trim that beard a little bit too, it looks, Lee. Just summer heat maybe wearing upon him a bit.
It's the same in Colorado. They took to it as well and had a fear with the beard thing as well. And sometimes I would cut it and people get mad about it, and then I grow back. It's fine for me. It's who I am. I like my beard, so that's just one of the things that maybe people identify me with. So I graduated in 2015 with my bachelor's, and I decided to keep going. It's just the Master of Science in Criminology. I am getting a certificate in Homeland Security with that as well. It's still in the works, and I'm hoping to graduate this December. All I have to do is my thesis in the fall.
He was doing it like all the time. He does it on the plane, in the airport, in the room. It's not easy at all. It's very easy to just get to the room and just chill out, but he's a very dedicated and, as I said, professional guy, and knows what he wants and knows what path he has to take. I
feel good. In my mind, I can still play a few more years. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully another 100 would be great. You just try to get better every year, I think as a person, you want to get better. I've been playing this is my 14th year now, and I still don't have it all figured out. You're always going to learn, and that's till the day you die, in my opinion. So you're always going to keep looking for ways to improve as a person off the field and as a Tampa Bay Rowdy.
Well, Matt Pickens has been so solid for the Rowdies this season, especially here at home, just shutout after shutout.
Yeah, it's a defensive collective effort from all the players on the Rowdies, but Matt Pickens certainly is the leader back there for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. He talked a little bit about that feature, being a member of the Colorado Rapids. I was in Toronto covering the game where he won MLS Cup against FC Dallas that year. A great accomplishment for Matt Pickens, and I think there'd be nothing more right now for him to be able to add to that trophy case, a USL title as well.
Well, let's take a look at the weather at kickoff tonight and what Matt Pickens and the players are going to have to face. Tonight, 89 degrees, mostly clear, 15% chance of rain. That's good, but a 60% humidity. So it's a warm one and a humid one out there for the players tonight. Kickoff is coming up quickly here in St. Petersburg, so when we come back, we'll wrap up our pregame show and get you all set for kickoff against the Ottawa Fury.
got the sun, we got today, we got the sun, jumping, got it right through the night, got it dialed in, it's just you and me, in a perfect day.
Sundial, the place to shop and dine in downtown St. Petersburg.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Saturday, September 23rd, come to Alang and watch the Rowdies take on the Charlotte Independents. Kickoffs at 7:30. 90 minutes of kick-ass goals, unbelievable saves, and loads of action. The Rowdies are going to take the top spot away from Charlotte. Tickets are on sale now and selling out fast. Get yours by calling 727-222-2000 or go to rowdysoccer.com. Charlotte, take your militia and march it back to the Queen City. Come on, you Rowdies!
Rowdies fan taking a little nap there in the parking lot, getting ready and rested up for tonight's game. Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show on This TV Tampa Bay. Heather Donnelly and Lee Godfrey joining you live from the concourse of Alang Stadium with kickoff between the Rowdies and Ottawa Fury FC just around the corner. Let's take a look at the Fury, a team that's trying to fight their way up into playoff contention.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an up and down season for the Ottawa Fury, of course. It is Julian de Guzman's second match as interim head coach. They lost midweek in Orlando to OCB by a score of 3-0, and there you see them 10th place in the Eastern Conference. They certainly are looking at climbing the table tonight, but the Rowdies will want to do everything to stop them at the same time.
Absolutely. And this will be the third time the Rowdies play Ottawa this year, and so far it's been a low-scoring series.
Yeah, it has, and expect, I think, a little more of the same tonight, as they always put up a defensive shell. The Ottawa Fury, when they come here, it was only a 1-0 victory back in April for the Tampa Bay Rowdies here at Alang Stadium, and then they went up to Ottawa, the nation's capital of Canada, to play the Fury there on the field turf, and that was a big defensive battle, 0-0 there, so a good point on the road from the Rowdies.
Yeah, two very good defensive teams. Now let's take a closer look at Ottawa and find out how they were able to find success against top-ranked Charlotte last weekend.
Yeah, they ended their 12-game unbeaten streak against Charlotte Independents, and this was just a sloppy goal conceded. Ottawa throws numbers forward on a free kick. Charlotte had multiple opportunities to clear the ball and didn't. A couple of fortunate bounces, and Ottawa capitalized. The Rowdies allowed 2 quick goals versus St. Louis on Sunday. They've been great at home defensively, but watch Ottawa sending bodies forward.
Well, now let's check in with Mike Pepper, who caught up with Ottawa's interim head coach, Julian de Guzman.
Thank you, Heather, and here with Coach. And Coach, It's been a crazy week here for you, getting a chance now to take over for your team, and sure enough, your first chance, you're on the road to I'm going to say not so cool Florida compared to Ottawa in particular. Talk about some of the things you've had to address here this week as your team hits the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty intense couple days for the entire team, and to find myself in this position, definitely honored and pleased, but also surprised. But I mean, this is how the game works. You know, football. There are a lot of unexpected moments and situations you'll find yourself in, and I mean, for me, at the end of the day, it's been a dream come true. So this is just a great opportunity for myself to finally get my feet wet, and I couldn't ask for a better moment.
And that opportunity, a very good team here, but right now on the outside of looking in the playoffs. So the criticalness of what not just this game, but maybe what you're going to find over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you know, on the road it's never easy to get points, and you know, we've lost points against Orlando the other day. Now here we are against another strong side, and for ourselves, it's been an interesting learning experience in the last couple of days, and I think the guys now, you know, a lot of positive to work off of that we executed against Orlando. You know, went over a couple of the stuff that needs to improve on, and then here we are again, and then a couple days later for another game with points ahead of us. So it's important that we find a way to get points, but for that it comes with performance, and I think the guys are ready to prove themselves today.
Coach, I appreciate taking the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Lee, Heather, back to you.
Thanks, Mike. Now it's time for our players to watch. Who should fans keep an eye on tonight?
Well, for the Ottawa Fury, starting with the man up top who's playing on that right side, Sito, leads the Fury with 5 goals on the season. He spent the last 2 seasons in Iceland with 2 different clubs, scoring 16 goals in 44 appearances. And Sito also leads the Fury with 33 shots on goal in 19 appearances. And for the Rowdies, once again, Martin Patterson, another player to watch for the Rowdies with 7 goals on the season. It's been Patterson's clinical finishing that's been so impressive this season. When he gets solid service, Martin Patterson has that quality to put the ball into the back of the net.
Well, an important one for the Rowdies tonight, their last match at home before going on the road for a really long stretch, but also an important one for Ottawa. Julian de Guzman, I'm sure, looking to get his first win as a head coach.
Yeah, it's a big night for Julian de Guzman, looking to prove himself, moving up from that assistant coach position to the head coach. But for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, they need to keep doing what they did the last 4 home games here at Al Lang Stadium, and they have been so defensively solid, and on the flip side, they've been able to really offensively put up the numbers, scoring goals in all those clean sheets as well. So go back to what their success has been at home, and I think that they'll be able to take out those 3 points tonight.
Yeah, what do you think the key is going to be for the Rowdies? They have done so well at home, but specifically against Ottawa, what do they need to do tonight?
I think tonight they're going to have to be patient. I think that Ottawa Fury, in their playing their 4-4-2, is going to throw a lot of bodies behind the ball in the defensive zone and really just try to stymie the Rowdies' opportunities. So be patient, spread them out, move them from left to right, and take advantage of your opportunities when you get them.
Well, that wraps up tonight's pregame show. For Lee Godfrey, Mike Pepper, and our entire broadcast crew, I'm Heather Donnelly. Thanks for joining us. Rowdies versus Fury is up next.
We got the sun, we got today. We got the sun, jumping, got it right through the night, got it dialed in. It's just you and me in a perfect day.
Sundial, the place to shop and dine in downtown St. Petersburg. The new locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg. More than a market. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, eat it here or take it home. Fresh-made sushi, Pan-Asian dishes, mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold beer, specialty drinks, and decadent desserts. Lunch hour or happy hour. Enjoy it here or take it home. More than a market. Come and taste locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg.
Well, Stuart Campbell making his way here to Al Lang Stadium for a Saturday night matchup here at Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg between the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Ottawa Fury. Good evening, everyone. Mike Pepper alongside Lee Godfrey. And Lee, it's two teams here that are very familiar with one another. These two were together in another league, and they have joined the USL this year, and they're getting a chance to play tonight. And for these teams here, the Rowdies, unbelievable at home, 9 wins by shutout here in 12 games. Ottawa, meanwhile, breaking in a new coach once again, and in a second game of a Florida road trip, too.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for the Ottawa Fury. It was a 1-0 victory at Al Lang Stadium. The first time these teams met this season, they drew up in Ottawa. Paul Dalglish quits on the beginning of the week, and now Julian de Guzman, the assistant coach, the Canadian, takes over at the Ottawa Fury. He lost his first match as interim head coach against Orlando City B on Wednesday night, so another big challenge for him here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you go out there and you look at it, there's going to be a couple of key players we want to keep our eyes on for both of these teams as well when we start looking both for Ottawa and for the Rowdies.
Yeah, for the Ottawa Fury, Cito leads the way with 5 goals and 33 shots on the season. And Martin Patterson, he has found his groove with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. 7 goals. He's just been a clinical finisher for the Rowdies up top this season.
Yeah, and when we start to look here, it is the dog days of summer here at the end of August. Both teams right about 10 games, maybe a little bit less than that remaining on the schedule. Playoff positioning can be critical. The Rowdies pretty safe in that spot, but looking to get some home field. Meanwhile, Ottawa just trying to make it.
Yeah, they are. They're looking to jump into that top 8 for sure just to get to the playoffs this season. And for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, they take care of business at home. If they get the 3 points, they're still going to be up there. It is the road where they have to start earning some points because they've been fantastic at home, and that's what's really kept them in that top 4 of the standings.
It will be, and we will look forward to that. We will have the starting lineup as well as the kickoff coming up next when we return. The fans making their way in from the barbecue. Al Lang Stadium, the site. It's the Ottawa Fury and the Tampa Bay Rowdies next. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV, Tampa Bay.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1 million megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
There's a lot to a name.
Especially when that name is a world leader in healthcare.
We still deliver the same compassion we provided for 90 years.
Plus the excellence you expect from Johns Hopkins.
Together we can conquer the biggest challenges
and offer your child the very best care.
When it comes to kids, choose Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital.
We got the sun. Got the sun jumping, got it right through the night, got it dialed in. It's just you and me in a perfect day.
Sundial, the place to shop and dine in downtown St. Petersburg.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome in to Rowdy Soccer on this TV, Tampa Bay, and hello to those watching on Estrella TV. It's the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Ottawa Fury FC. We got our starting lineups here as we get ready for kickoff tonight. Brought to you by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. I'm Mike Pepper. Along with me is Lee Godfrey. Lee, let's get a good look at Ottawa first.
Yeah, a couple of changes from that Wednesday midweek game in Orlando. Dos Santos and Cito up top. Carl Hallworth will be the man wearing the captain's armband, and Callum Irving in goal for the Ottawa Fury.
And for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, a couple of changes, but pretty similar to what they've seen here in this run of good home games.
Yeah, with Damian Lowe being traded, Tamika McCandawary comes in at that center back position wearing the captain's armband. Michael Nanchoff in for the injured Joe Cole, and Alex Morel comes back into his starting position up top on the right for Walter Restrepo.
Let's check in with Heather Donnelly, who's on the sideline.
Hi, Mike. The Rowdies are looking to bounce back from last Sunday's loss in St. Louis, and there's no better place to do it than right here at Al Lang Stadium. They've been so successful at home this season, outscoring opponents 22-5. They're on a 445-minute shutout streak here at Al Lang Stadium, not allowing a goal here at home since June 10th against Rochester. So, like they say, guys, there really is no place like home.
Thank you, Heather. And the Rowdies will be wearing their green and yellow hooped shirts and socks as we get a good look at the coaches. Julian de Guzman making his second game as the head coach for Ottawa, and of course Stuart Campbell.
Yeah, there you go. Stuart Campbell loves playing here, loves playing in front of Ralph's mob, where they really are that 12th man. And for Julian de Guzman, what a playing career he had. He's the most capped player in Canadian national team history, and now we'll see as he came into this year as an assistant coach and he gets thrown right into it as a head coach now, how he'll be able to lead or change the fate of Ottawa Fury to see if he can get them back up into the top 8 in a playoff position.
We mentioned the Rowdies in the green and yellow. Ottawa will be red from head to toe. Tamika McCandawary, as Lee mentioned, will be wearing the captain's armband. Already passed his first test tonight as he has won the toss, or at least the Rowdies did, and opted to put Ottawa facing the sun, which could be an issue here in this first half, at least until it sets behind the buildings in downtown St. Petersburg. Jonathan Weiner gets the whistle. We're underway here from Al Lang Stadium.
Yeah, and it will make a difference, Mike. You can already see Callum Irving with his glove up over his head trying to shield that sun as he stands above the 18-yard box. So a big advantage for the Rowdies. They always choose to go this direction in the first half if they win that toss.
It certainly does play an advantage as Walter Headley and Luis Casas are the officials on the sides, and Miguel Martes, your fourth official. As the ball heads up, Martin Patterson comes in. Loose ball is taken there by Nanchoff. And he'll play it back to McCandawary. Schaefer lined up here on the near side, kind of from the midfield there as the look at the goalkeeper, Callum Irving, facing into the sun. Not directly in his face, but certainly can be if the right angle of the ball comes in. And it is in that kind of case right now as the Rowdies looking forward. Irving will put his hand over his eye. There's Nanchoff, and again possession just for the Rowdies here as the early going. Pickens and Collins will communicate now, and they'll play it out to Schaefer. Schaefer kind of playing midfield, but he's worked his way over to the back as they've kind of pushed Zach Portillo's forward a little bit. Rowdies do like to get forward here at Al Lang Stadium.
Yeah, and they do like to do that with Schaefer more in that back position right now, but you'll see if he makes that run along that left-hand side and get that ball to Portillo, he'll make the overlapping run.
Justin Chavez has his pocket picked by Cito, and he'll commit the foul, so it'll be a free kick for Ottawa. A little too casual there for Chavez, and the reset goes in as we are into the second minute here at Al Lang Stadium. Mike Pepper, Lee Godfrey, Heather Donnelly on the sideline. The Ottawa free kick. Significant right now, Lee, and coming into the third minute now, and no goals conceded as the Rowdies did on the road the other night.
Oh, I know. I worked that game, Mike, on the color against St. Louis, and it was just one of those unbelievable games that you really, I don't know how many times you'll see, you know, how many goals were scored within the first 20 minutes of that match. Was just insane, and it's not anything either team or any coaching staff will like just to see happen. They don't want to replicate that. Great for the fans watching, absolutely, and for the Rowdies to come back 3 unanswered.
Well, here's an opportunity to tee up a shot, deflect, goal! And there it is in the third minute. Ottawa Fury, for the first time in 3 games against the Rowdies this year, have scored, and it's 1-0 Ottawa. Steven Dos Santos on the goal.
Now the first shot on goal, and once again the Rowdies, for the first time in a long time, have conceded here at home, but like last week, will have to come back from a deficit. Just no one picking up, and that did take a deflection. You can see Neil Collins look down, and it just changes direction slightly to handcuff Matt Pickens, who may have been there if it just didn't take that slight deflection. And Dos Santos has the Ottawa Fury off to a great start.
For the first time since against St. Louis, they find themselves trailing here at Al Lang back in June. Sent up the field, and Jamar Dixon. Zion's got a little time.
And once again, Mike, I don't know if it takes time for the Rowdies to get into this, but again, it's those balls just outside of the box, the back line not stepping up and closing down those forwards before they can take that shot away. They have to be able to make that step up and not give time and space for that ball to be even directed on goal, and it's something they've been guilty of a little bit at times as of late. The good thing is that they do have the quality to be able to certainly battle back, as we saw against St. Louis. But now they're in that exact same position.
There's Ottawa with possession, final third, looking to maybe tee it up. No, it's Bruna who turns around, keeps possession again. Minicio now. Dos Santos will send it wide out. Now it's back to Minicio. Without a possession here for the Fury. The Fury shut out on Wednesday night. We'll turn it over now to Zach Portillo's, who's looking forward. Despite a lot of possession, Portillo's a little careless with it there. They'll turn it around, trying to get the through ball. And now possession in the middle. Chavez able to work his way out. He's pushed from behind by Dos Santos. And another careless turnover in their own half, almost cost them again. Let's check in with Heather Donnelly on the sideline.
Well, Mike, there are a couple connections between these two teams tonight. Ottawa Fury FC midfielder Sergio Minicio was a trialist for the Rowdies this preseason. And then on the other side, Rowdies defender Kyle Porter played for Ottawa last season, and he actually didn't get in the match either of the prior two times that the Rowdies and Ottawa have played each other. So he's excited to face his former team tonight, guys.
That ball played up. Patterson, actually Georgie Ristoff will be whistled for the foul behind it. Short ball played by Irving back at his feet, looking a little help, and Ramon Martin Del Campo.
That's better from Marcel Schaefer to be able to step up and steal that ball. The Rowdies really have been sitting back, Mike. A slow start when they're off the ball, allowing Ottawa to possess it. And that means you're just taking away the advantage you've given yourself. You've got to get possession, get the ball in their own zone, and use that sun as an advantage. Get something on Callum Irving where he might not be able to see all the ball. You need to take advantage of winning that coin toss, and because that sun's going to get back behind those buildings soon, and your advantage is lost.
And as you say that, Lee, it really has dropped fast here at Al Lang as we hit into August. Sometimes those July games a little more significant as Makandawiri looks forward. That's going to roll back to Irving. And for viewers in Tampa Bay, it's not too late to enter for a chance to win a PS4 Pro console and a copy of FIFA 2017 Deluxe Scarf Bundle, plus a special autographed item from the Rowdies. Watch Rowdies home games on this TV Tampa Bay all season and look for the clue. Go to MOR-TV.com for home game days and times. Of course, the next home game will be a month away, so that one really makes it critical for the Rowdies. Charleston drew with Rochester earlier today, so neither team able to really push ahead, and the Rowdies can, matter of fact, jump Charleston with the same amount of games played in the standings with the victory, but they do find themselves trailing 1-0 here against Ottawa early on.
Ottawa's improved quite a bit lately.
Well, that one through, and dangerous one here is behind Porter, and that one just misses the crossbar. as Andre Campbell able to come up from his back position and really put a scare into the Rowdies.
Yeah, it was one tough angle, but the long ball, he's still able to get around Kyle Porter and get a left foot on it. And from the angle we are at, we could see just how close that was to getting a piece of the crossbar, or maybe even coming down and getting that back post and going into the goal. So that was another close call for the Rowdies here. Two very good scoring opportunities for the Ottawa Fury, and they've put one in the back of the net. The Rowdies yet to test Callum Irvin yet. It's still early. We're only in the 9th minute. Lots of time to play in this game, but right now the Rowdies are on the back foot, and the men in red are doing a better job of creating chances.
Justin Chavez whistled for the foul. That's the second one. Being the pull down, you kind of get a little extra verbal talking to. I guess that would be a definition of verbal, wouldn't it? But he did get a little extra time from the referee, so we'll keep our eyes on that situation. Opportunity is Morrell, maybe steps in front of it, leaves it for Patterson behind the ball, but it's Ottawa able to go. Morrell lunging for it, not able to get a lot on it. But good hustle by the young man.
Yeah, that's what you expect from Alex Morrell now here at home. He's so fast and a crafty player, both on and off the ball. Michael Nanchoff is taken down there, but yeah, Alex Morrell can attack players with the ball at the top of the box, 1v1, but he's also very good at off the ball and going into tackles and trying to win that ball back.
Bruna on the foul. Now Schaefer. Collins again. As Collins goes out to McAndawiri. Ottawa putting the pressure high up. Nanchoff under a lot of pressure. Pickens will have it at his feet. A little time for Matt Pickens. Over for Schaefer. Schaefer under pressure first times it up, and it will find its way to Georgi Hristov. Hristov and Chavez. Rowdies might have a little space now, but Ottawa does recover. But there's Schaefer on the overlapping run. Marcel Schaefer looking for help. Across. Now the loose ball. It's Georgi Hristov. Hristov shot. Goal! Georgi Hristov has tied it. And the Rowdies don't trail for long. It's now 1-1.
Well, much better. It all started from a long ball by Justin Chavez to Schaefer. A poor clearance there by Ottawa. And Georgi Hristov had the whereabouts to know he had the time to settle that ball down. He didn't take it first touch. He brings it down, and you can see the disgust of Del Campo smacking his hand on the ground because he gave it right to Georgi Hristov, and he made him pay for his 8th goal of the season and tie this one up at 1 goal apiece.
Well, I think it's fair to say, Lee, that both goals have resulted out of careless defense in their own third.
Yeah, you're right. Giveaways or poor clearances, and Stuart Campbell's talked about that before, individual errors. And that was just a poor clear by Del Campo. But what a ball that Justin Chavez sent up that left-hand side to Schaefer, and it was dealt with perfectly by Marcel Schaefer, and he swung it in there hard enough with some pace to make it difficult for Del Campo to be able to do anything with it, and Georgi Hristov with a clinical finish.
The Rowdies looking to go over the top. That time again headed away by Lefebvre. And it'll be a free kick for Ottawa. They will set it up, take it quickly. Moving forward is Bruna. Now he'll go over the top. It's Porter, though, winning the header, and as it goes out for Alex Morrell, we'll remind you the latest USL news. It's on SiriusXM FC. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Channel 85. SiriusXM FC also airs the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times.
Yeah, I think already defensively off the ball, you've seen that goal has put a little spark into the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They're moving a lot faster, trying to close down Ottawa and cause those turnovers. They were not doing that in the first 5-6 minutes of this match.
Sent forward, that one Collins read. But his pass taken away. Some numbers for Ottawa. Chavez trying to slow it down a little bit, and now it's Nanchoff. Actually, Portillos, excuse me. Trying to see through the smoke here in the corner. Now it's Opportunity here for Ottawa. It's Jamar Dixon, who's pressured by Portillas and sent wide. Up the field, but it's run down, loose ball. Jonathan Barden. Loose now. Cito on the left foot, blocked by McCandawiri. Rebound out. It's Bruna. Bruna, left foot, will tee from distance, and it's in the stands.
And that's better from the Tampa Bay Rowdies defending what they didn't do on the first goal. This time we saw it in 2 occasions. In the last couple of minutes, it was Neil Collins stepping up to make an interception. Unfortunately, gave it away, but it was the right step up to be able to steal that ball. And then on that shot by Cito, it is McCandawiri stepping up and blocking that shot before it gets to goal.
So Pickens with the goal kick, looks forward. And Lee, these two teams have played twice already, third game. And in those 2 games, we saw 1 goal. It was a Georgi Ristov winner here at Al Lang. They played a scoreless draw in Ottawa. They've already got a goal apiece. Georgi Ristov again, though, for the Rowdies. Slid through ball. Tried to go across. It would be a corner kick as Cito's cross blocked by Neil Collins. And on the long jog up, Ottawa will send their big men forward into the box. As the Rowdies sort out their marking, it will be an out swinger. They'll look quickly to go 2. When they do that, Nanchoff leaves the near post. Curling in, header won by Del Campo, but it's towards the corner. Schaefer plays it up, the flip on by looking for Patterson. It's Minicio with it. Minicio able to find Andre Campbell.
That was very close, sorry, Mike, of being a perfect counter-attack and having numbers forward. That one just a little bit out front of Martin Patterson, and Ottawa able to break it up, or else it would have been 3 bodies moving forward against 2 or 1 of Ottawa.
Possession now by the Fury. Fury FC. Barden with some space. Put off by Schaefer. And now Minicio dribbles into traffic. Patterson, though, is his play. Goes back and it's taken again and restarted. But that was it. That was Carl Howard, who's dropped back. Now it's wide now for Andre Campbell. Campbell cuts inside, right foot across. McCandawiri wins that header, but it's chased down again. Barden for Ottawa. Minicio, and will work together. Ottawa may have kind of gone to, I know they listed 4 defensemen, but kind of playing with 3 defensemen, Lee. Barden, Del Campo, and Lefebvre.
And you've seen how much it's been clogged in that midfield. 5 red jerseys across the midfield. It's been successful in turning over the ball.
Well, here's Dixon on the cross, but it's way too close to Matt Pickens. And for viewers in Tampa Bay, after all the action on the field, check out the best in movie, action, drama, and romance. Right here on Tampa Bay's first broadcast movie channel, This TV Tampa Bay. And of course, wherever you're watching it, whether you be on digital or Spectrum, Frontier, Fios, or Comcast, if you're watching the Rowdies right now, you can watch all that action of movies right here on This TV Tampa Bay. Ball played up over the top. Here's Marcel Schaefer. Schaefer's got a little bit of space. He's been very dangerous. This time he whips it in. It's a tackle from behind. The Rowdies kind of looking for a call. Not going to get it. I think it was Nanchoff coming in. A little late, but play on. It'll be a throw in for the Rowdies.
Again, how much Marcel Schaefer brings to this team along that left-hand side. He's just so good. Veteran player with so much experience, and he just shines here, trying to set up goal after goal for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Here's Morrell. Morrell's got help with Porter wide. Porter had to kind of hurry to it. It will be a goal kick. Not the best ball by Morrell, and Porter kind of a tentative cross in that sense, almost worried about the possible contact that may have got him.
Oh, and you look at that last game against Orlando, Mike, for Julian de Guzman, a 3-0 loss. They had actually put up some of their most offensive numbers in that game and weren't successful as far as shots and shots on target. 8 shots on target, 20 shots overall for them. So for a road game, they probably feel pretty hard done by that they weren't able to get one to go into the back of the net. You know, when you just look at the numbers alone, de Guzman has to be happy. And there was a bad tackle from behind there from Patterson, and he's going to have a talking to. That might be it for him as far as opportunities before a card comes out, because that was quite a challenge from behind. Let's have another look
on Barden. It was cleats up. That was a tough one, but right now there's nothing been shown. Well, now the yellow card is shown to Martin Patterson, and probably deserved.
Yeah, I think that is the right call. He didn't get any of the ball there, and when you saw from that angle the cleats up, that's a dangerous tackle. So Patterson now, he had to be a little bit wary the last game because of officiating and the way that he was being talked to in that match. So he had to, you know, bow out of tackles at times against St. Louis. But he's a passionate player, and he puts everything into the game. See that on his face, and he's just trying to explain there what his thought process was. I don't think he's the type of person to have intent to injure a person.
I would agree, and he's trying to tell that to the Ottawa players as well. Well, yeah, I think I had to go a little bit of correction earlier. Well, I don't know if the scoreboards are working correctly, because I saw this Charleston score earlier, but that's what I saw, a full time. But then you see one, so we'll keep you up to date on that scoreboard throughout the night. Criticalness for the Rowdies as they are looking to climb even higher than 4th. We've seen that scoreboard. It's kind of fluctuated from 0-0 to 1-0, so we'll wait. We'll give it a little time. As it is, Ottawa will have the free kick. Martin Patterson with the caution in the 20th minute.
Another score that we do know that is impactful on the Tampa Bay Rowdies is that Charlotte Independence and the Orlando City B match, which is at the half, and it is tied 1-1. So right now, OCB holding the Independence from a full 3 points.
The Rowdies have to take care of business here. They have come back to square it up after falling behind in the 3rd minute tonight. It is 1-1. Zach Portillo's on the sideline, plays it into the chest of Barden, who is up. Barden, after getting a little bit of treatment, better. Here's Portillo's again. Portillo's will use his goalkeeper Pickens.
And you just talk of Portillo's. It was Justin Portillo who put the Charleston Battery up 1-0 over the Rochester Rhino. That match is currently in time added on in the 2nd half. So the Battery looking to get one on the road in Rochester. That would be a full 3 points for them.
And it does affect Rochester, 2 points behind the Rowdies coming into tonight, but did have 2 games in hand, so that would trail that one down a little bit. So, nevertheless, we'll have an opportunity as Nanchoff runs away from the net just to keep possession, and it'll go around the defender into Patterson. Patterson plays it out wide. Here's Porter. Kyle Porter sends it in, and it will deflect it. It will be a U.S. Ameribank corner kick for the Rowdies. And Michael Nanchoff works his way towards the corner. This will be an in-swinger. I'm talking to Stuart Campbell about the opportunities against St. Louis. He kind of lamented the fact that Nanchoff's all his opportunities were swinging away from the net. That's not the case on this one. We'll keep our eyes on it. Sends it in. It's headed away by Ottawa, chased down, and there's a head injury. Maybe even a foul called a little bit behind the ball. So as they get treatment, we'll remind you the USL is one of the most prominent 2nd division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news by visiting USLsoccer.com and follow the league on Twitter at USL. And that's Steven Dos Santos, who seems to be holding the thigh right now too, Lee.
Yeah, that's the goal scorer down, and I wasn't sure if it was a collision of heads, what happened off that corner kick, or if it is on his landing. Here's another look at it here. There you see at the bottom of the screen.
The knee
and he
of
gets,
Chavez.
it's Chavez comes in, and there's contact there low.
The goalkeeper move, Chavez coming up with the knee in front of you and ended up getting him in the hamstring. So it's the good news if you're an Ottawa fan. It doesn't appear to be a pull of any sort, but it is something that you want to overcome because it can knot up on you, particularly in this heat too.
Yeah, it's just a tough Charlie horse there, coming in from behind and getting you on that hamstring area. So
let's check in with, you see Matt Pickens on the screen. Heather has got a note on the Rowdies goalkeeper.
Yeah, Mike, Matt Pickens right now is in the middle of a heated battle within the league for the most feared beard on USLsoccer.com. He's up against 4 other USL players for who has the best beard. Right now he has 22% of the vote. He's in second place. So for everyone watching, log on to USL Soccer right now and give your vote to Matt so that he can have not only a scary looking and fearful beard, but also an award-winning beard. Guys.
Thank you, Heather. Certainly impressive. We've seen Matt with a beard for quite a while. Looks like the Rowdies, I don't know if the foul was called or not, but Irving will have it. He's given the signal. So it looks like the free kick was given. Given the fact that Chavez had a little verbal warning earlier, that was probably not deemed worth another warning. So we'll keep our eyes on that again too. A couple situations. Good ball moving by the Rowdies and Schaefer. And now Ristov. Georgie Ristov. Rowdies keeping possession.
This is better now, Mike, from the Rowdies. Talked about it in the pregame, just being patient, moving Ottawa Fury from left to right in this heat. And if you're chasing the ball and chasing the game all the time, that second half there's going to be some tired bodies out there. So a bit of a slow start, but as this game has moved on now, the Rowdies have taken control of this game, and now they just need to take advantage of it as far as on the scoreboard.
Porter works it in, and Morrell can't give it back to Porter. An opportunity here as Dos Santos comes forward. Now it's out wide to Campbell. Campbell, nice turn. Still on the left foot, goes at Porter. Makes him go down too. Good work here. Now it's a shot in. Great work by Campbell. Not rewarded as Cito's shot over the crossbar.
And Cito will be very upset with himself there because he was wide open just inside that 18-yard box, and it was just a beautiful move by Campbell to really turn Kyle Porter inside out. He ends up on the deck, and Cito just gets underneath that ball and puts it up and over the bar.
As you see our score 1-1 here in the 27th minute, you can see some other scores across the USL. The Red Bulls with a 4-0 winners against Cincinnati. Cincinnati lost 9-0 in their last 2 games. Charleston winners, Charlotte and Orlando City all square at the half, as you mentioned.
Yeah, Louisville just destroyed them last Saturday, 5-0 in Louisville, with just dominant.
Yeah, and you go back as you see Richmond and Toronto tied at the half as well. Cincinnati was one of the final 4 teams in the US Open Cup last week, midweek, and lost to the Red Bulls after having a 2-0 lead. And we're not talking the Red Bulls who they lost to today, the Red Bulls of MLS. But the Red Bulls able to get 3-2 winners, and since then they've been beaten 5-0 by Louisville, 4-0 by New York Red Bulls 2. Almost like the wind came out of their sails for at least a little while. Schaefer's cross blocked, and it will be a throw in for the Rowdies.
Yeah, when you see losses like that and that amount, Mike, you do have to wonder in Cincy how if there'll be a coaching change with that team. You've got the quality out there. There hasn't been that many changes in the personnel if they've just stopped playing for a manager. That's the way the business goes sometimes.
It's a rarity here at Al Lang as Ottawa's outpossessed the Rowdies to this point. Yeah, I think I don't know if it was 2-0 at the half or not, Lee, but basically they've given up 12 unanswered goals to this point in the last 5 halves. Ottawa slowly working out the back. Rowdies seem content to let them have possession a bit for now. Played up, looking for Dos Santos. Chested down by Porter. Porter now will just keep possession and use Makandawiri. He has room to turn. Chavez back to get it from him. Now he'll look forward. Looking for the runner of Ristov, and a great ball by Chavez. Georgie not able to bring it down, but perhaps if he even knew, he may have flipped it over the head because Irving well off his line, but he's able to control the ball off the head.
Yeah, Georgie Moore trying to bring that down to himself, but you're absolutely right. If he just would have flicked that towards the goal, Irving off of his line, would have been interesting to see if he would have been able to get back in time to get that ball.
Here's Dos Santos, the goal scorer for Ottawa. Now Bruna. Manicio. Howard. Now Collins for the Rowdies, although it's taken away, and now Manicio again. Schaefer letting his teammates know, hey, let me know there's someone on me. Manicio. Dos Santos. Manchoff comes away for the Rowdies. He's on it too slow. Now Ottawa. Dos Santos left. Pickens off his line. Looked like Campbell may have thought he was offside, and maybe was, and he let it go. It looks like he had some space if he was on.
The flag was never going up, Mike.
Didn't look like
the
it.
ball went right by him. The referee should have put the flag up because it was still within that range of him being able to play the ball.
Nanchoff for the Rowdies. Back out to Porter. Porter's cross will be another U.S. Ameribank corner kick. As he goes out towards the corner.
He's miles offside.
He was.
Right there. But there you see the referee and the flag. You know, the ball went right by him. I'm surprised the flag never went up.
He didn't intend to play. So he was right. Campbell knew he was. So he made the right play. So another chance for Michael Nanchoff in swinging, as we mentioned, U.S. Ameribank corner kick. This one towards the middle. Over the head. Collins challenges Irving. And since Irving's down, I guess they will belatedly call a free kick on Neil Collins. And while Callum Irving gets a little look at, we'll remind viewers in Tampa Bay, you can catch the Rowdies at home Saturday, September 23rd versus the Charlotte Independents. Right now, it would be a 1 versus 4 situation, but we'll keep our eyes on how the standings develop over the next month. Right here on Tampa Bay's first broadcast movie channel. This TV Tampa Bay, the pregame show starts at 7, followed by the Rowdies and Independents, live from Al Lang Field at 7:30. Right here on this TV Tampa Bay. Remind those two if you're out there at Spectrum 630, Frontier Fios 463, Comcast 229, and Digital 32.2. And always like to see you protect the goalkeeper, and Collins did challenge for it originally. Didn't look like there was a foul though, but they did whistle it.
Yeah, you can see right here, he gets the elbow up. It's that left forearm, and he gets Callum Irving right in the face. And that's why he's still down on the pitch right now. You can see Julian de Guzman giving some instruction out there, but he has to be pleased so far. I think the way that his team has played so far in these first 32 minutes of the match. They've had one goal. They've had another one that just missed, and Cito had another opportunity as well. So,
and a good chunk of the play as we see this behind the net too. As you can see Irving.
Yeah, here's where you'll see that the left elbow come in right there and make contact, as Irving doesn't see it coming because he's facing the direction, watching that ball come in. So,
and I think Lee, what you saw there, it was more Irving's face to Collins' elbow as opposed to the other way around. Collins' elbow was up and Irving jumped into it. That's obviously a foul on Collins' arm up, and that's what's called here, but I don't think that's maybe why you don't see something a little bit more sinister.
Yeah,
as far as the card.
His arm was up. You're absolutely right, and he just went into it. It wasn't like two players in the middle of the pitch jumping up, and you've seen guys before when they jump, they do move, put those elbows up and give a charge out to clear people away. That wasn't two totally different scenarios there. So I'd imagine we're going to see, that's the third injury of this first half. Some minutes on, I would say minimum 4 at this point in the first half.
Quite possible. So the free kick will be the Ottawa Furies. You get a good look at the Scotsman defender for the Rowdies.
Well, he's a big man and he likes to get forward. He's scored off a header before, in those areas, moving up. He's been able to poke one in and tap one in this year. He said there's not many he scores with his feet when he's in those positions inside the 6-yard box, going forward on corner kicks. Callum Irving up, appears to be fine, and will continue here in the first half.
Long ball. Porter will challenge to Santos. So Santos wins it first, goes straight up. Second ball. It's Nanchoff going over the top for Patterson. The header will go back into Irving. New face on the Rowdies bench tonight, too. New signings. Guinzotti will be available. Sebastian Guinzotti, who joined the Rowdies a couple of weeks ago. See whether or not he makes an appearance.
Stuart Campbell just said another attacking threat for his side, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does get in and see some minutes tonight. Either him or Walter Restrepo. There's a look at the bench.
So McCandawary looking forward and doesn't see anything, and we'll say, Neil Collins, you go forward. Again back to McCandawary. Here's Schaefer on the sideline, cuts it inside, looking as Morel, or it's like Portillos inside, cutting in. Collins heads it back into the mix. Here's Nanchoff. Patterson. And has to be sent over the sideline as Vandro Lefebvre had nowhere to go with it. That throw, though, taken away. But Porter tries to get the second ball. Will be a goal kick for Ottawa. Well, soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nike.com/soccer. McCandawary playing it towards the corner. Patterson giving chase. Into the Ottawa bench. Shot totals. Look at Kyle Porter, Canadian on the team.
Julian Guzman would have been his teammate at the time when Kyle was with the Ottawa Fury. Julian Guzman could probably still be out there today. He commands so much respect from his teammates just because he's so fresh out of a playing career. He didn't really end it the way he wanted to at the end of last year, away from his fans, so they organized a testimonial match for him this season, so he's even been out on the pitch in a game this season. Like I said one of the most successful Canadian internationals ever, was the Player of the Year at Deportivo La Coruña in La Liga, and then went to Toronto FC as a designated player and ended up with Ottawa.
Well, Nanchoff has this one. It's a little high on the back post. Irving up, and he'll get the second ball. He goes up and out-challenged McCandawiri there. That one, a little too much air, I think, for Nanchoff. Irving taking the opportunity to come outside his area. Second ball is Minicio. Looking Patterson. Race there with LaFay. Alex Morel has it taken away from him by Campbell. And then favors return by Nanchoff. Campbell, though, able to come away with it. Dos Santos, pressured by Porter, will go off the Rowdies, and throw in will go Ottawa's way.
Stuart Campbell not very happy right now. He felt that there should have been a foul called against Ottawa for Michael Nanchoff being pulled down. Should have been a free kick in his mind for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and I wouldn't argue with that.
1-2 by Howarth. Minicio. Bruna dribbling through players, but has to turn around as he ran out of space. Minicio over the top, offside. As the flag comes up, it will be Campbell, who is standing in an offside position. Free kick will go the Rowdies' way. So Pickens will come out, take this one. A couple of early goals here tonight at Al Lang Stadium is given this one. Ottawa in the 3rd minute, the Rowdies answer. And then the next 10 minutes, and it's 1-1 here with 5 minutes plus any stoppage time here in the half. Be off Morel, throw in will go Ottawa's way. Looking for Dixon. It's Portillo's challenging, and he'll come down with it. Little Zach Portillo's. He's got Schaefer running in front of him, and he's fed the ball to Schaefer. Schaefer left foot across, and that's right at the goalkeeper. As Irving able to collect that one, he'll throw it out quickly. Arm hooked by Ristoff, and it will be a free kick for Ottawa.
Good foul to take there by Georgi Ristoff. Just a quick little tug. You're not going to get carded for that free kick, though, but there would have been some speed going there on Ottawa.
Collins and Howarth. Howarth will play it back to Campbell. Minicio. Dixon on the near side. Jamar Dixon crossed in. Campbell heads it down. Schaefer sends it out.
Ottawa doing a good job, Mike, of winning those second balls, aren't they? On the clearances, they get position right back and attack. Julian de Guzman will have to be very happy with this first half on the road, winning possession. They've been very strong on the ball. They've really keyed on that left-hand side with Campbell. I don't know if that's by design or just by the way that the game has gone, but all of their chances have developed through Andre Campbell on that left-hand side in the last better part of this half. So whether they see something or not, regardless, it's been successful so far for the Ottawa Fury here in the first.
Sent towards Patterson. Big strong header by Del Campo. As Nanchoff is taken down. Porter into the box, and Irving off his line. No challenge on him. Throws it out quickly to Howard. Carl Howard will drive it well offside anywhere, but as that one rolls out, goal kick will go Rowdy's way. See, the Ottawas has really pushed the pressure up on the Rowdies, not allowing them to work it out from the back as often, and particularly as they have this year at home.
And it's caused a lot of turnovers too. We've seen Michael Nanchoff with 3 players around him trying to do too much, holding onto the ball too long, and it's allowed Ottawa to go the other way. So far the game plan for the Fury has worked out quite well. We'll have to see what adjustments the Rowdies make at halftime in the second half to try to get more pressure, to try to get some more opportunities on Callum Irving.
Schaefer looks for Portillos. Zach Portillos with Ristoff in trouble, and he'll lose it. We'll say he kind of got slapped, but he's down. Still play on here. Opportunity now is Howard. Comes up the field. He tries to go around Collins. He stands his ground well. And Chavez working. That's off Barden, off Collins. And as Georgie Ristoff is down, it says it's face. So we'll see Jonathan Wiener run back to attend to him. It'll be a corner kick for Ottawa in the meantime. Another look back at, there's Georgie.
It's going to be right here, the back arm. He takes a slap in the face.
It's a pretty significant hit there. So a Rowdies player ejected, although it was a second yellow card on Sunday against St. Louis for a similar play. Nothing called here, as Jonathan Wiener didn't see that.
Yeah, Damian Lowe would have been unavailable for this game anyways if he wasn't
transferred out.
Tamika McKenda-Weary would be in, but like I said, I think that's where the great depth comes into this side. I think Tamika McKenda-Weary and Neil Collins are a formidable center back combination in this league.
Well, this ball whipped in. It's up and headed by Patterson. Second ball headed out. Lee, you alluded to 4, and it is 4 minutes of stoppage time. Georgie Ristoff still kind of holding his face a little bit. He is moving around there. He never did get treatment, so didn't have to come off, as Andre Campbell has it. Lefebvre, Andrew Lefebvre, on loan from the Montreal Impact. Getting the start tonight. Here's Campbell. It's been pretty dangerous for Ottawa. That one sent in, no. McKenda-Weary blocks it. Second ball by Campbell again. Minicio first one to it. And his ball's bad. Alex Morel has it. Morel might go at the defender. He does. Morel, Minicio recovers, slows it down. Good tackle by Minicio. Now that goes through Portillos. Ottawa with the counterattack themselves. Help out wide, but it's going to be left-footed shot, and it's going to be just wide. That shot taken in by Cito.
Yeah, Cito let the shot go, but it was Dixon that was furious that he made the run through the middle and didn't get the pass. Right here, you can see him throw his arm up as Cito decides to take the shot instead. He wanted that pass to get back to him, as he thought he had gotten by the Rowdies' defense.
Well, turnovers for both teams resulted in some counter opportunities. Ottawa just made a little more of those. However, it was nothing other than a goal kick. Schaefer. Back to Pickens. Pickens under pressure. Just left foot, and it will go over the line. It will be a throw in for Ottawa. Lefebvre wide out now to Campbell. I think, Lee, we've kind of talked about the 4-4-2 that Ottawa lined up, but they never really did. They went 3 in the back and have really kind of pushed forward with Campbell more 3-5-2 tonight. It's caused some trouble for the Rowdies tonight, at least under the pressure game. Sent across for Dixon. Portillos reads that, gets it down to Ristov.
It's in those areas there right away. When they win that ball back, they need to get more direct and move forward faster. By passing that ball back, they take away that opportunity where Ottawa can get their men back behind the ball and defend and clog everything up again.
Maybe one last chance in the half. It's into Schaefer as it goes off of him. It will go over the line. It'll be a goal kick. Ottawa's played a pretty good half. One mistake they had, Lee, and the Rowdies able to make them pay for it, turning the ball over in their own penalty area, and that will be the halftime whistle. So the Fury get the early goal. The Rowdies able to tie it back up. Right now, Heather, I believe, is with Julian de Guzman.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Coach, you got off to a really great start in this one. You've had several chances, a lot of good possession. What are your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted for ourselves. And I told the boys, if we put in a good performance, we'll get rewarded. And we got the goal in the first minutes, and then lack of concentration on the goal against us. Those are the moments that we have to just correct. And it's important that we stay sharp. We can't get overconfident now that we feel we are in control, but we don't want to take too much control and think that it's going to be an easy second half.
You're fighting for a spot in the playoffs right now. You're kind of right on the bubble there. How important would 3 points be on the road here tonight?
Oh, it's massive. This is the road trips are the hardest, especially when you have 3 of them in 10 days. And to bag 3 points in Tampa is actually worth more than 3 points. This will be a playoff run, and it's a great way to prove that we're a playoff team by getting points on the road.
Right, thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Heather. That's the thoughts of Julian de Guzman. We've got the halftime highlights coming up next. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV Tampa Bay.
Today, we can connect more, play more, do more. And all that more takes energy. At Duke Energy, we're doing more too. More innovative technology, like ways to fix outages before they happen, for more reliable energy every day. So no matter how much you do, we're always here, with power for your life.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Some people are blessed. Compassion and empathy are second nature. Being selfless increases their self-worth. They consider caring for others a calling, not a sacrifice. And we consider them our role models. Because if humanity can make the world a better place, imagine what it can do for healthcare.
welcome back here to Al Lang Stadium. We're at the half. The Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Ottawa Fury are tied at 1. Mike Pepper and Lee Godfrey. And Lee, the halftime, we heard the thoughts of Julian de Guzman, and it was a half that Ottawa, almost the perfect half. One mistake, and otherwise they got a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, on the road, they did. And we haven't seen a lot of teams come in to Al Lang Stadium and play the way that they have in the first 45, winning possession, having more scoring opportunities. The Rowdies scoring on really their one opportunity on goal, but for a lot of portions of that first half, it was not dominated, but controlled by the Ottawa Fury.
Yeah, I think controlled, but they did get that early lead, and this is a look at the halftime highlights as well.
Yeah, and it started quickly for the Ottawa Fury. They a little bit of space here for Dos Santos, and there you see the little bit of a deflection right there of that shin of Neil Collins trying to block that out. That changes the direction of the shot just enough to give the Ottawa Fury that early lead in the game. And they've been playing that long ball a lot. Here's the other opportunity here, Campbell, and that just goes across the crossbar and almost came in on that far post. Schaefer with the ball across, a poor clearance there. It goes right to Georgi Ristov. He takes the time to settle the ball down and hammer that ball home with the left foot across the face of goal for his 8th of the season to tie this game up at 1. But the Ottawa Fury still with some good chances right here at the top of the box. And there you see this time Tamika McCann-Dewary comes in to block that shot from Cito. So another goal-scoring opportunity taken away from the Fury, but they did keep coming. And this is the one where Cito once again taking the long shot, and that one just going over the top of goal.
And that was the little wider than he thought, perhaps, but you can see the shot, 6 shots to 1. The Rowdies, both of them, only 1 on net for each of them, so neither keeper been asked to do anything. And that's kind of the bottom. Normally, I don't really care too much about possession. Really, it's not a huge factor, Lee, but significantly, we see the Rowdies consistently at home over 60% through the first half.
Yeah, we're normally not concerned about it because it's normally something that the Rowdies dominate because we expect teams to defend and try to absorb the pressure and just not give the Rowdies many opportunities on goal. This time it's been a little bit reversed where the Rowdies, are a little bit on the back foot, and it is the Fury that have been attacking through that first half. The Rowdies will need to make some adjustments in the second.
Ottawa's high pressure causing the Rowdies some trouble, but doesn't matter. The scoreboard is all square at 1. We got more coming up. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV, Tampa Bay.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Let's go, let's go. Come on. Shortcuts on 3. 1, 2, 3, shortcuts!
How can you be more? We're on the road showing real people the stain-fighting power of OxyClean.
Stains on t-shirt, I see it coming out pretty quickly. The stain is gone.
That's a huge difference. You could see how it was really disgusting and how white it is now.
Looks like the stain is coming out. The OxyClean started to lift it up. I'm pretty impressed.
OxyClean, America's #1 versatile stain remover. Now get the power of OxyClean in a detergent. 1 cap beats 4 of theirs. OxyClean gets the tough stains out.
The new locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg. More than a market. For breakfast, Lunch, dinner, eat it here or take it home. Fresh-made sushi, Pan-Asian dishes, mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold beer, specialty drinks, and decadent desserts. Lunch hour or happy hour. Enjoy it here or take it home. More than a market. Come and taste locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
James Outland and Morgan Copes from the leadership of Birmingham, Alabama's 2019 USL expansion side recently visited the league offices. Announced as the first expansion team for 2019, Outland and Copes share in the excitement as the club begins to work towards its inaugural season.
Well, first and foremost, I think we're going to have a great product. We're going to have a professional environment. We're going to have a competitive team, and not just competitive, we want to win. So I think the competition and the level of play on the field is going to be top-notch, and I think the experience at the stadium and for the fans is going to be equally impressive.
What excites me about being in the USL in 2019 is it's a dream come true. I mean, this is something that, there's a group of guys and individuals who have put a lot of time, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, everything that you can think of from a grassroots perspective, startup, to see it come to fruition, when this whole thing really kind of started from, just a couple beers at a local brewery. This whole idea, to see it come to fruition, it's going to be incredible.
What excites us about joining the USL is, first, Birmingham needs a professional sports team. And we think soccer is the ideal sport for Birmingham. It's a great growing sport across the country. And as importantly, the USL has really been a successful league. They've done a phenomenal job. We've done our research. We've been working on this for over 2 years now. And we really chose the USL because we think it's the best league and one of the best sports in the world. And we think Birmingham is primed to become a great professional soccer town.
It's going to be a fun, fast, exciting atmosphere. I mean, the game of soccer itself is always very exciting, to watch live, just because of the speed of play, the physicality, the toughness that goes into it. But, I also think we're going to have a great, fun family atmosphere. Well,
it's been a great opportunity to come and get better familiarized with the people behind the league and get to meet the folks that we work with on a weekly and ongoing basis, and really get our ducks in a row and be ready to launch for our 2019 beginning of the season.
The wealth of knowledge, the information, and just the organization around the entire organization itself is incredible. The professionalism is second to none. And I'm excited about getting to meet the people and put faces to names. There's an old quote, nobody cares what you know until they know you care. So I really look forward to establishing those relationships with league officers and just the people in and around here.
For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
We got the sun, we got today, we got the sun. Jumping, got it right through the night, got it dialed in. It's just you and me in a perfect day.
Sundial, the place to shop and dine in downtown St. Petersburg. The new locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg. More than a market. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, eat it here or take it home. Fresh-made sushi, Pan-Asian dishes, mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold beer, specialty drinks, and decadent desserts. Lunch hour or happy hour. Enjoy it here or take it home. More than a market. Come and taste locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg.
I'm joined here at the half with head coach Stuart Campbell. And coach, you're tied up here after 45 minutes. Ottawa kind of dominated the possession there in the first half. What do you think of the way your team performed?
Yeah, I just said Ottawa had quite a bit of the ball. I'd just like us to be a little bit more aggressive without the ball. I think we can press a little bit higher up the field, so that's what we'll be looking to do in the second half.
Yeah, what adjustments can you make in order to get 3 points here at home and continue this great home winning streak that you're on?
Yeah, in possession of the ball, like I said, I think we can move a little bit quicker. I think we can raise our level by sort of at least 10%. I think if we do that, then it'll be a good 45 minutes for us coming up.
All right, thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Heather. And you can see the Rowdies in the huddle ready to go. And an opportunity here, as Coach said, if we can raise the level. And remember, this is Ottawa's second game in the Florida Heat in the last 4 days. They were over in Orlando and the long travel. So, Lee, I would think that would be wise if the Rowdies can increase that pressure and put this team that's under their own bit of pressure in the last 45.
Yeah, up the tempo a little bit there. You saw the Rowdies huddled together, and it was none other than Matt Pickens, who you could see was being the vocal leader there in the group, getting these guys going. They know they can be better. They've shown the fans here at Al Lang Stadium many times before that they can control and dominate a game, especially the last home game here in Matt Pickens' 100th appearance for the club. So certainly you heard Stuart Campbell, and he is right that there's needs to be a bit of at least a 10% increase in tempo to really hurry Ottawa when they have the ball. And, like he said, off the ball, we need to be faster, make them make mistakes.
Morrell has it after the Rowdies will kick it off. Candawiri. And moving across. Not something we're going to harp on a lot because the Rowdies have been so outstanding at home this year with 9 wins in 12 games, and those other 3, 2 of those were draws. They've been so outstanding, but because they will be on the road for their next 3, where they have struggled, getting those points, maximum points that you can get, is pretty critical tonight.
Yeah, it is, and you alluded to it, that the Heat here and with Ottawa on the second game of this 2-game road trip down here.
3-game road trip, actually.
Yep. But being in Orlando and being here tonight, it gets hot. It can get just as hot and just as humid up in Ottawa, but that's in the daytime. At the nighttime, you'll see that humidity really drop at nighttime, being that far north. So these guys are probably going to be a little bit fatigued. Julian de Guzman's going to have to manage the time well and decide when he's going to bring in fresh legs, because I would think anytime after the 70th, there's going to be some tired bodies out there for Ottawa. And same for the Rowdies, but the Rowdies are used to training in this and playing in it and living in it. And so you would expect them to be able to take advantage of the Heat here tonight.
Well, early on here, it's Rowdies with the possession, forcing the Fury to move side to side. Porter tries to go through the defender. Patterson on tackle. Patterson is playing with the yellow card.
Has to be careful there coming in from behind. I think he did slow up a little bit.
Howarth for the Fury, and now Minicio.
There with Howarth with the ball. I think that's what he's talking about, for Justin Chavez to step up there, not backpedal, and allow the space that Ottawa's been given tonight.
Here's Vandrel or Lefebvre. Vandrel Lefebvre. Opportunity now, although pushed too far, and Collins will send it back up to Schaefer. Now wrist-off back to Schaefer. Schaefer's onside, but it's going to go back to Irving, who's out the corner of his area. Just missed at Georgie Ristoff.
If he was on the other side of the pitch, that might have been one that Alex Morel would have caught up to. A little bit speedier, but still the right idea.
Chance now as Dixon sends it in. It's headed away by McCandawiri. Second ball, Bruna has it. Bruna almost on the give and go. Ristoff on the tackle back out as it's sent by Barden over to Lefebvre. Through ball, Pickens is off his line as that ball let go by Cito on the turn. It went by McCandawiri, but Matt Pickens alertly off his line. Lost by Nanchoff, and Michael Nanchoff will be whistled for a foul. They're asking for a card, and they'll get it. Michael Nanchoff turn it over, put the arm over the shoulder on Steven Dos Santos.
Well, that's been a couple of times where Nanchoff's had the complete possession here, whether it's a lack of communication, Mike, from his teammates telling him somebody's on, but he's given the ball up twice, and this time he at least fouled the player to stop the play from progressing, but again giving up a free kick in a dangerous area for the Rowdies.
It's Bruna is over it with the left foot. Morel and Nanchoff set this wall. Howarth runs over it. It's Bruna waiting for the run. Second ball. Back in, back post, over. Collins heads it away. Schaefer can't get there, and it's Barden. Back across, it's cleared away by Portilla. Second ball, though. Across the field, Porter matching up. Ottawa keeping possession as Campbell tries to go towards the corner, and Morel able to run him off. Gets it up to Patterson. Now Porter. And as that goes out, we'll remind you the USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news by visiting USLsoccer.com and follow the league on Twitter @USL. Morel with some good work, gets it back from Nanchoff. Alex Morel sends it in. It's going to be too far, and Irving out beyond his penalty spot, collects that one on the bounce, and now he'll throw it out quickly, or at least short, to Lefebvre. Patterson will kind of zone Irving and Lefebvre, and now Irving has to send it up. Minicio will make that Dixon. Can't keep possession, and now Collins tries to keep possession for the Rowdies. It does with Pickens under some pressure.
And I think that's been the difference tonight, Mike, the closing down of Ottawa. They are on the Rowdies right away. No time on the ball. Chavez finally has a little bit of time and space to get this going, and it opens something up. But other than that, the Fury have done a good job defending tonight.
Well, that ball by Portillo to no one, but the second ball out does come to Collins, who finds himself with a little time now. Up for Morel, who is onside. Can he keep it in? He will. They'll send it across over everyone on the back post. Dixon runs it down for Ottawa. Turnover here as the Rowdies come away with it. Portilla's the dispossessed. And a 3v3, 4v3 for Ottawa now if they look up. Under some pressure, and Kyle Porter gets it. Not handled well by the Fury, but the Rowdies might have some numbers themselves if they choose to go forward. Porter has Morrell wide, but he'll send it across. And it's catching practice for Callum Irving.
Yeah, trying to do the same thing where Kyle Porter and Patterson hooked up last week against St. Louis, but away goes Ottawa.
A quick throw, and that bad ball by Dixon. End-to-end sloppy action, but it is end-to-end, and that one's over the stands, and it'll be a throw in for the Rowdies. Guzman. Ball into the feet of Morrell. Morrell will use his speed, and Favor actually must have had possession or position, and Morrell is called for the foul. A lot of shirt pulling on both sides. So the free kick goes the way for the Fury. Challenges for the header. Ottawa player is down as caution on the head injuries. It's Dos Santos. Tam went up and won the header. We'll say needs a little assistance. Does Dos Santos. Another look at it
here as they both go up, Mike, and I didn't really see much there, Mike, unless they touched heads a little bit. That's all I can see. So other than that, I would think they'll get the magic sponge out, and Dos Santos will be up again and be fine.
Yeah. Dos Santos did kind of jump in again to McCandawiri. He's sitting up. It's another angle here, Lee.
Oh, he may have just touched him with his hand, but that's nothing. That's you know, you always wondered with replay today, and you know the job that all these different cameras, and you can get every angle. Like, how much do players realize that it will be seen again and again, and you know immediately whether it was something that was nasty or something that is a little bit of an acting job.
Embellishment is not dead here tonight. So the sportsman thing here to do is the ball will be played back by Howarth. Carl Howarth standing over it. I'm sure as the ball dropped, Matt Pickens can expect it coming his way. He does. Chavez looking to come forward for the Rowdies. Dos Santos waved back on. We're playing 11v11 again. Here's Chavez. Patterson steps over, but it's going to go back to Irving. Irving been very busy, but really it's been rather innocuous and innocent balls into the area that he's been able to control with his hands or his feet. That one's going to go over the line for a throw in. Too strong for Portillo, so it'll be a throw in for Ottawa. And Fury with possession. Up, and that's going to go too strong. It'll be a goal kick for the Rowdies. And for viewers in Tampa Bay, after all the action on the field, check out the best in movie, action, drama, and romance right here on Tampa Bay's first broadcast movie channel, This TV Tampa Bay. It's digital 32.2, and of course, available on Spectrum, Frontier, Fios, and Comcast. 58th minute, 1-1. Rowdies and Fury. USL action from Allen Stadium. The Fury and are all red. Looking to go forward is Bruna. It's it now. Howard will lose it. Ottawa looking for possession as Cito is still down. Thought maybe there was a foul, but waved on by Jonathan Wiener. Another ball that's going to go back to Irving.
Yeah, doesn't seem like the Rowdies are really clicking tonight, Mike. The one ball pass way off that goes into touch. This one over the top, not really close. And Ottawa playing that high line, it really is just, they're shutting down everything the Rowdies have in between the half and the 18-yard box and winning back possession.
Well, Irving with a poor clearance goes off the head of Ramon Martin Del Campo, and the Rowdies have an opportunity now as Alex Morel in the box. Alex Morel tries to cut it back. It's Georgie Ristov. He can't get to it, so it back out to Alex Morel. Morel on the left foot, and a miss hit, and it will be a goal kick. Like Morel, as he tried to tee that one up with the left foot, and may have poked it with his right foot there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that Georgie Ristov couldn't get this one on his foot to sit right there. It just gets away with them. The first touch lets him down, and then Morel could have either put that back out to Kyle Porter making an overlapping run, but he decided to turn to have a shot. But still, that was probably the best little bit of passing an opportunity that the Rowdies have had here in the second half.
Morel will earn the throw. Patterson. Taken away by Del Campo. Dangerous ball here. Campbell able to keep it in, but he'll lose it. Nanchoff, Porter. Porter mishits it, will be a goal kick. Dangerously playing with the line. Looks like the Rowdies had a little more time as they were able to control it, but that final touch will be a goal kick for the Fury. Rowdies have a week off next week, Lee, and for most of the season we had talked about the team had played more games. We'll see most of those teams catch up to them with this off week.
That's why it's so important, Mike, for them as well to get the full three here at Al Lang Stadium. It's going to be a difficult task here in the last 30 minutes of play.
It's a good chance here for Ottawa. Ball sent back in, and on the left foot, that one's going to go wide. That one sent across, and the Fury with a good chance on the shot by Howard. But it will be a goal kick.
Boy, he was able to get that ball. This is a nice ball to the right-hand side, and he makes a good cut in to get around Portillo's and Collins. He should have let that go just a little bit earlier. I thought there was a hole between Makandawiri and Neil Collins. He hesitated and didn't put everything behind that, fortunately for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
I agree with you. Should have let that one go just before that. Ball drops for Howard. It's got Cito running towards the corner. Cito able to keep it from being a goal kick. Throw in will go the Rowdies' way as Neil Collins will leave it for Portillo's. Long throw over the head and will be controlled by Ramon Martin Del Campo. Marcel Schaefer able to come away with it, and it's Georgi Ristov back out to Schaefer. Schaefer on the run towards the line. He'll keep it in. Left foot across, and it will be deflected off the Fury, and it will be a U.S. Ameribank corner kick for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Well done there. Some nice passing up that left-hand side to be able to earn that corner kick, forcing Ottawa to block that one out and stop that from crossing into the box. Set piece opportunity here now for the Rowdies in the 63rd.
Nanchuk outswinger. Rowdies will send a couple of their big bodies in. Schaefer drops back as Ottawa leaves two up top. The header by Dos Santos out. Morel volleys it, and now Dos Santos' second ball clears it as well. Headed out by Portillos. Stuart Campbell looking on as into the 63rd minute.
Now Mike and Charlotte Independence, Orlando City B ending up 1-1 tonight. So a big result there. Charlotte not able to pick up the full 3 at home. That makes that more important for the Rowdies to not just stay pace with a 1 point. They could have an opportunity to get 2 points closer to Charlotte at top of the table.
Maintain with Charleston as well, who will stay ahead of the Rowdies after their victory tonight. Another turnover. There's another look at the scores. You talked about the Orlando City-Charlotte game. Loose ball by Minicio. There's Charleston and Rochester with a couple of teams. Louisville plays tomorrow against Bethlehem Steel. One of the 2 teams the Tampa Bay Rowdies have not faced yet this year. Bethlehem Steel and the New York Red Bulls too. Both those teams will be coming to Al Lang Stadium after the Charlotte Independence here on the 23rd of September. And in the meantime, the Rowdies will visit those teams as well. Dickens up the field. Ristov wins the header. And he'll play it over the top for Morel. Morel racing with Barden. Barden flips it over his head. Second ball won by Nanchuk. Nanchuk able to cut it in to Schaefer. Schaefer towards the back post. Patterson thought maybe he had help, and it will go over the line for a goal kick. And the latest USL news is on Sirius XM FC. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Channel 85. Sirius XM FC also airs the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Shout out to those watching on Estrella TV as well, as Irving sends his goal kick up the field. Kandawiri wins the header. Chavez, second ball, comes down, and it's Bruna. Patterson has it. A late whistle. Don't know if Bruna. Obviously, the reaction by Ottawa helped come to that whistle, but it was a late whistle. Perhaps maybe Jonathan Wiener dropped his whistle.
I don't know. Or all of a sudden the people in red are wearing a blue now. And it wasn't until there that the play was stopped in the other way. You know, in the end, it probably was a foul. You got to blow that whistle right away and not allow the team to wonder what's going on out there.
Dixon had an opportunity there as Walter Restrepo will be coming on for the Rowdies for Michael Nanchoff. So Restrepo for Nanchoff here in the 67th minute. Restrepo got the start against St. Louis, scored here last time late in the game against Harrisburg 2 weeks ago.
And again, just another attacking player that Stuart Campbell can put out onto the pitch. It's been normally Restrepo for Alex Morel. They're going to keep the full 3 forwards out there and put on another attacking player in Walter Restrepo, who really has the ability to have the versatility, rather, to move around anywhere, play that attacking forward, play that attacking midfield position as well.
Just from the formation here early on, it looks like they've moved Georgi Ristov inside from the left mid and moved Restrepo out wide left. Of course, that could be just a product of this minute, but right now Ristov has gone inside. Chavez into McCandawary. Porter. And Campbell punches that one out. It'll be a throw in for the Rowdies. One of the Ottawa players needs some assistance now. I think that's Howarth, I believe. It is Carl Howarth.
I think we're going to see a lot of this, Mike. I think a lot of these players on Ottawa just can't deal with this humidity. And it's getting to be that time in the match, like I said, or possibly the 70th or so. He seems to be
looking at the hip.
Yeah, more of an injury as opposed to a cramp, and that's going to be his night. So
yeah. Taking the armband off, knowing he's out for this one. So the Fury will make a sub. They'll give the captain's armband to Callum Irving. Making their way on will be Reed for the Fury. So Reed comes on. Dinah Reed. Chavez switches across to Portillos. That one goes over the line for Restrepo. Throw in will be Ottawa. Keeps it in. And back to Irving. Long ball. Candawiri wins that one, sent that to Morel. Porter blocked. The throw in for the Rowdies. Trying to go quickly as Ristov steps over it. It'll be off Morel. Throw in will be Ottawa. And for viewers in Tampa Bay, it's not too late to enter for a chance to win a PS4 Pro console and a copy of FIFA 2017 Deluxe Scarf Bundle, plus a special autographed item from the Rowdies. Watch Rowdies home games on this TV, Tampa Bay, all season, and look for the clue. Go to MOR-TV.com for home game days and times. Driven in. Reed on it. Touches a little far, and Chavez for the Rowdies. Puts it into Schaefer. Schaefer steps on the ball, and it's taken by Ottawa. Rare miscue from Marcel Schaefer, but he'll come away with the ball this time. Portillos. Back to Schaefer. Schaefer's taken down. And Minicio will get the first card for the Ottawa Fury tonight.
They've been playing very hard off the ball, Ottawa Fury. For the most part, it has been clean, and they've won balls back, but this time Minicio just going in too hard and drawing the yellow card.
Collins on it now. Chavez pokes it up towards Morrell. Morrell has Porter overlapping, but he'll cut back inside. Tackle by Lefebvre, but it's still Morrell. Morrell out wide now to Schaefer. Schaefer's got Portillos. He sends it out to Zach. Zach Portillos towards the back post. Bruna unchallenged. Chavez on it. He's got pressure from behind. Back out to Schaefer.
Just a poor touch there from Restrepo trying to get it back to Marcel Schaefer, making that overlapping run. And he whiffed on it, but the Rowdies were able to get possession back.
Cut inside. Ottawa with it. Dos Santos is taken down by Ristov, and as Georgie punches it away.
And that fouls in frustration. You see Georgie Ristov pointing to 20 feet or so, 20 yards down the field, where a foul in his mind should have been called and wasn't.
So the free kick goes the Fury's way.
Georgie just with the pull and coming in from the side.
Vandrel Lefebvre. He'll send it across over to Dixon. Header inside, looking for Cito, but it's Schaefer that comes down with it. Poor ball by Marcel Schaefer as Barden runs onto it, and he'll attack the net. Into the middle. It's Dos Santos onto the far side. Campbell and Pickens may have got a save on it, and they will say it will be a goal kick. Campbell came inside. Pickens cut the angle down very nicely, but a great counterattack by Ottawa goes wide of the net.
Yeah, the Rowdies very fortunate here that this is not 2-1 right now, as they just move that ball very well from right to left outside to Campbell, and he can't believe that that one did not find the back and put Ottawa up.
Watching the replay, I don't think Pickens did anything on it, but he did cut the angle down.
No, he's just put that straight wide. And I do think that Pickens would have been there even if he got it on goal. He was able to react quick enough and really get out there quick to not allow any space for Campbell to be able to even put it over top of him.
Ottawa made a second sub, I believe. Ducey in the game right now. Number 14.
Come in for Sergio Minicio.
So Obasi for Minicio. Did they move anyone forward? Looks like Barden has moved up a little bit into the midfield. Ottawa maybe also trying to protect that point, being on the road with an extra defenseman.
Yeah, Minicio was on the yellow card, Mike, so just get him off the pitch. Don't allow him to be involved in a play that might possibly put Ottawa down to 10 men, because right now they've just played a very organized game on the road, and they don't want to see that go to waste.
Campbell all the way across. And for Dos Santos. Dos Santos will earn the throw. So Sebastian Guinzotti set to make his debut for the Rowdies. This ball bounces, and it looks like it's going to be a handball on the Rowdies. Off the hand of Alex Morrell, it appeared, and a dangerous free kick here for the Ottawa Fury into the 77th minute. Did see it did bounce off Morrell. I thought perhaps it was a bounce off an Ottawa player first. On a hand, there was a handball first, and then it goes off Morrell. So there's no doubt that the ball went off Morrell's hand, but they missed the first one.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate there. The Rowdies just not getting any little breaks tonight whatsoever. And this one is very, very dangerous as you see that wall. see if it'll be a left footer.
That's Cito who will take it. We've seen him take the free kicks all year. He's been very good at them too, Lee. Cito on the ball. Deflects it off it. The wall does its job. The rebound comes out. It's back out to Bruna. Bruna headed away by Porter. Sends it wide. Slotted through. Donijah Reed, and now they're going to call another free kick here. For sure, Donijah Reed had made his way in. It's going to be another chance here.
Yeah, it's going to be a big push in the back here by Restrepo. Just getting not a big one, but he gets the arm in on him and pushes, and he's not happy about it. But again, that's just a tough foul in a dangerous location. And now the Rowdies just have to remain disciplined and focused. As when we were in the replay, we missed what caused all of this.
We're asking Julian de Guzman's asking.
They're going over
to the linesman.
They're going over to the other official to ask if he's seen something. Here's a look
Perhaps
at it
something
here.
afterwards. Well, a shot and it went in.
Well, they wanted the quick free kick. I don't think they asked Mike for the 10 yards.
Well, I think that they had. I think that's what it was. The ball was taken quickly. It went in, but then the referee pointed towards the center line, but then they start to look at it, and the referee's changed his mind. Did they indeed, on the call, I was just ready to compliment Jonathan Wiener on a decent night. We saw the poor call on the handball, at least the missed handball first, and now this lack of control here. It will be an Ottawa free kick. And it will be Bruna to take this one.
It's a very fortunate break for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. I think that Ottawa got denied there, and the Rowdies got away with that on a poor call.
Bruna up over the crossbar. I'd be interested to see again, you know, obviously on that. I do think that there was some sort of indication on the whistle. When the multiple whistles go, it's supposed to be on the whistle, but the indication, something to be debated at the end, because as this is, it will be a goal kick for the Rowdies.
Here's a look. So there is the ball going in. They think they've scored. You see the celebration, and they all go right away to Wiener. And from that angle, we couldn't see if he did, in fact, point to the center and calling it a goal and then taking it back.
As Guinzotti comes on. I thought the indication when we saw the referee pointed back towards midfield.
Guinzotti making his first appearance for the Rowdies. See if he can provide a little spark that's been missing here. The Rowdies need something here in the last 10 minutes to try to get the full 3 points here before going out on the road. And with the weekend off, it's always tougher too, Mike. They'll think that, you know, for them tonight, a tie is almost like a loss. They want to go on that week off as well with 3 points in the bag.
Guinzotti on from Morel. Ottawa now on the ball. They've had the better part of play here the last 5 to 6 minutes or so. Sent wide. Dixon over across to Campbell. Campbell shot, and Pickens collects it on one bounce. And for viewers in Tampa Bay, catch the Rowdies at home Saturday, September 23rd versus Charlotte Independence on Tampa Bay's First broadcast movie channel. This TV Tampa Bay. The pregame show starts at 7, followed by the Rowdies and the Independents live from Al Lang Field at 7:30. Right here on This TV Tampa Bay. So Ottawa set to make their final sub, and they will pull off Cito. Right now the Rowdies trying to get possession. Tucker Hume will be making his way on. Schaefer into Ristoff. Guinzotti. And now wide for Porter. Going all the way across. It's over everyone's head. It's going to deflect out wide to Schaefer. Marcel Schaefer whips it in near post. It's cleared out by Lefebvre, and it will be off of Ottawa and be a U.S. Ameribank corner kick for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And it will be Georgi Ristoff who will take this one. Ottawa making their sub now. Ristoff in swinger near post, headed away, and poorly by Campbell. Will be out for another U.S. Ameribank corner kick.
We'll do that again. Georgie's going to want to
clear that front man.
Yeah, exactly. Get that up a little bit more than he did the first one.
Restrepo runs out to make that front man go back out. Now Irving punches it away. Good job by the Fury goalkeeper. It's run down by Guinzotti. Schaefer sending it across. There's Ristoff. Ristoff has Portillas run around him, but it is the box. Off the head of Chavez, and it's going to miss the post. Goal kick. Ottawa Fury.
Now that didn't miss by much. Chavez just getting up and directing that. Good ball in, and there you see Chavez heading it, and he looks where he is and upset with himself that he couldn't get that on goal.
Irving up the field. Candawiri challenges with Hume. Rolls towards the corner. Porter. And Donajo. Chavez. Don't know if that was maybe a late offside flag. And soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nike.com/soccer. Pickens over the ball. Brought down by Ristoff. Back to Collins.
Oh, very interesting, Mike. I'm trying to think if that was at the other end of the pitch and the Rowdies tried a quick free kick like that and they were denied, how they would feel if they were robbed of a goal or not as well. And I think, honestly, I'd have to say I think they were, because Ottawa wanted to take that quick.
Restrepo cannot keep that in. Well, the rule is obviously if 10 yards had been indicated by the ref, then you cannot take the kick. That's ultimately what was called, Lee, but the first action of Jonathan Weiner seemed to indicate the point back towards. Now, I don't know if the ball was put 3, 4, 5 yards ahead, perhaps. Maybe it was not marked correctly, but whatever it is, Ottawa pleading their case, but they might try and do it here as Tucker Hume runs in. He's on Candawiri, and the shot in to Matt Pickens. Pickens able to collect that one at his feet. So that may have been the indication, Lee, and again, it's only speculation from this front point, is when Jonathan Weiner points back, not towards midfield, but at least back in the opposite direction. Perhaps he was saying it's 3-4 yards back. That's where the ball is. Don't know. We'll have to look and see whether they finally mark it in that spot or not. But right now it's Ottawa on the ball with Dos Santos.
Well, again, in the run of play and the dispossession of the ball, a Rowdy gets slapped and is down. It looks like Georgie Ristov again, and Stuart Campbell going over to talk to the fourth official. Just can't believe that the whistle stays in the pocket. Very selective on the calls tonight from Jonathan Weiner.
Throw into Hume. Dixon now back to Lefebvre, over to Obasi. Obasi up to the area. Obasi in towards the area. Collins steps up. Loose ball for Ottawa. Still there. It goes off. Looks like the hand, off the hand, but play on. No, it will be off the hand of the Fury, and it will be a Rowdies free kick.
The Rowdies just don't look like they're really into this, Mike. How can Obasi go that long with the ball and still, even when he lost it, the Rowdies didn't get possession back? That was almost an easy opportunity on goal because everybody from the Rowdies is standing still, like they're not, do I go for it or should I go and close down? There's a lot of miscommunication or just no communication right now, making it look very easy for the men in red to move that ball forward in dangerous areas.
Quinzati is called for that foul. Callum Irving all the way up from his...
Yeah, because right now you would think this is the time that the Rowdies be pushing and pressuring for that go-ahead game-winning goal, and it's the Fury with the attitude that we're the ones that want to score it.
Candawari heads it away. Second ball put back towards us. Restrepo heads it down to Chavez. Porter and McCandawari, and McCandawari is taken down by Hume. There's Guinzotti, keeps it in. That one's sent out into the 90th minute. We'll see the stoppage time as that ball curls back onto the field. Rowdies will have to wait or not as Porter looks to throw it in. 3 stoppage minutes lead. Guinzotti on the ball. Guinzotti will touch it down. Schaefer. Schaefer sends it wide to Ristov. Georgie Ristov. Back to Marcel Schaefer. Schaefer going to take it to the sideline. Marcel Schaefer is taken down, and it will be a free kick for the Rowdies. About 16 yards out, but it will be wide. It will be a yellow card to Vandrel Lefebvre. So Marcel Schaefer will take this kick.
Lefebvre and Schaefer having words after that, and a little smile on Marcel Schaefer's face saying, you know what, the call's not going to get reversed. And now Weiner marking off the 10 paces immediately.
2-man wall. It will be Dixon. It will be Adonijah Reed. Although now they may go to 1. Schaefer looking to send this one in. Schaefer headed Collins, and it will be a goal kick. Irving, very deliberate in his attempt for the goal kick. Collins wins that header. Patterson challenges. Gonzatti will get to it. Restrepo is running it parallel, trying to get the ball and headed down. It will be a throw in for the Rowdies. Restrepo looking to take it quickly. He does. Porter looking to send it into the box. There's Patterson in the area. There's on the far side. It's Georgie Ristoff who runs it down. He's got Portillos running around, but he'll cut it back across.
Oh, he should have given that ball to Portillos going the other way, making that run, and Portillos upset that he didn't get that.
Porter into the box. It's over the head of Chavez, and the second ball is Georgie Ristoff onto his foot. Marcel Schaefer across, headed away by Obasi, and now Steven Dos Santos will have a little space. Restrepo on a full sprint to try and slow him down. He's able to get behind him, and I don't think that was much of a foul. Restrepo's not happy on that. He'll get a card for the words. I think, if I can read lips, Steven Dos Santos needs a shower. See, there's the shirt pull.
On the inside, yeah, it's the front. We couldn't see it from our angle. And that's a little bit of frustration.
Well, it's played quickly and wide to Obasi. Obasi is being stood up by Guinzotti. Guinzotti on the tackle will be out. Just past the 3rd minute of play. Does Ottawa get one more chance across the box? So Obasi looks to throw it in, throw it towards the corner. Dos Santos has it taken off of him, and as the Rowdies get possession, this one will end after 90 minutes plus stoppage time. The Ottawa Fury and the Tampa Bay Rowdies all tied at 1 right now. Heather Donnelly is with Stuart Campbell.
Thank you, Mike. Coach, at halftime you wanted to see a 10% increase in the level of your team. Are you happy with what you saw, and are you happy with this 1-1 result?
Yeah, obviously not happy to drop points at home. We're not used to doing that, so a little bit frustrated. At the end of the day, it's a draw. We couldn't really get a rhythm going for whatever reason tonight. Like I said, we huffed and we puffed and we worked hard. We created a couple of chances. We just weren't able to capitalize on them.
Moving forward now, you have a nice week off and then a couple games on the road. What do you want to see out of your team in this final stretch of the season?
Yeah, as you said, we've got a bye week next week, so we'll use that to get the guys nice and refreshed going into the big game in New York for us. And obviously we're looking to go there and pick up points on the road.
All right, thanks, Coach. Guys.
Thank you, Heather. And that was the 90 minutes that were completed in a result here that Stuart Campbell not exactly thrilled with, but one that you got to give Ottawa Fury a lot of credit, Lee. A second game of a 3-game road trip. They've been down in Florida, and they went out and they went toe-to-toe, and in many cases kind of had a little bit better of the punches.
Yeah, they did, and a well-deserved point on the road for Julian de Guzman and the Ottawa Fury, working to try to get into a playoff spot.
And right now, Julian de Guzman is with Heather Donnelly.
Thanks, Mike. Coach, you pick up a point here on the road. How satisfied are you with that result?
It's huge. It's huge. I'm proud of the guys. They put in a shift, and I'm just super pleased with the effort and how disciplined we were. But at the same time, the 1 point's going to go a long way for us, and this is the type of performance we need to put in on the road. So I'm glad to finally see that. Just been around for a couple of days, and the guys are improving.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Heather. And that's Julian de Guzman, who's obviously very happy with his team getting a point. But we'll look at the next home game here is right here at Al Lang Stadium, September 23rd, a little over a month. Our coverage begins at 7 p.m. The Charlotte Independents, currently leading the Eastern Conference of the USL, will make their way here to Al Lang Stadium. Of course, you can catch us exactly where you're watching it now, Digital 32.2, Frontier 463, Spectrum 630, and Comcast 229. We got the postgame coming up next. Rowdies in Ottawa tied at 1. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV, Tampa Bay.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. Solar-powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
There's a lot to a name.
Especially when that name is a world leader in healthcare.
We still deliver the same compassion we provided for 90 years.
Plus the excellence you expect from Johns Hopkins.
Together we can conquer the biggest challenges
and offer your child the very best care.
When it comes to kids, choose Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital.
Well, welcome to the postgame where the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Ottawa Fury have played 90 minutes and we come up with a draw. 1-1 is tonight here as neither team able to come away with a victory, but both teams able to come away with a point in those standings. We'll see those later on. Mike Pepper alongside Lee Godfrey, Heather Donnelly working hard on the sideline. And Lee, I think when you go back and look at it here, I mean, both coaches kind of summed it up. You know, the Rowdies, who have been outstanding at home so far this year, maybe a little flat in Ottawa, came out and really kind of took it to them early with the goal and able to get a point tonight.
Yeah, they did. They frustrated the Tampa Bay Rowdies is what they did most of the night with the high line, closing them down. And you heard Stuart Campbell after the game talking about not being able to get any flow going. It was just disrupted all night by Ottawa and continuing with possession as we take a look at those highlights. And I think that's exactly what this game showed on the night. From the beginning of it, Ottawa came out strong and had multiple opportunities. Nice passing around the top of the box. This one takes a deflection. It is the Dos Santos shot early and just off the shin of Neil Collins, enough to throw off Mr. Pickens, and it is 1-0 early. But, you know, they kept coming as well. It was almost 2 here as Campbell gets on the outside of Kyle Porter and just whips that one wide. But here's the goal. Schaefer with a nice ball into the box. A poor clearance by Del Campo. And that gives Georgi Ristov some time to be able to tee this one up with the left foot and go to that side netting. A perfect shot for his 8th goal of the year to tie this one up at 1 goal apiece. But again, the majority of the better opportunities went to the Ottawa Fury. Makandawiri stands up there to block that shot by Cito at the top of the box. So good defensive effort there by the Rowdies. And, you know, towards the end of the game, not much more here. This is probably some of the best chances. Georgi, that touch, that first one lets him down. And Morel has one that's going over the net all day long. And really, here's the controversy. So he draws the line. You know what? He does, Mike.
Yeah, he does.
He motions to the half, so a weird call there that would have allowed Ottawa to go up as Justin Chavez header goes just wide. So there's the angle on that one. So a little bit of a gripe for sure by the Ottawa Fury.
Yeah, the 12-5 out shooting. That doesn't happen often here at Al Lang Stadium, and the Rowdies the one shot on goal as well. As you can see, the Rowdies eventually even it up in possession, but if Ottawa with the more dangerous chances tonight, and we got more coming up on the postgame, including a couple of interviews with Heather Donnelly. We'll be back. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies Soccer on This TV Tampa Bay.
Some people are blessed. Compassion and empathy are second nature. Being selfless increases their self-worth. They consider caring for others a calling, not a sacrifice. And we consider them our role models. Because if humanity can make the world a better place, imagine what it can do for healthcare.
The new locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg. More than a market. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, eat it here or take it home. Fresh-made sushi, Pan-Asian dishes, mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold beer, specialty drinks, and decadent desserts. Lunch hour or happy hour. Enjoy it here or take it home. More than a market. Come and taste locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg.
Saturday, September 23rd, come to Aolang and watch the Rowdies take on the Charlotte Independents. Kickoffs at 7:30. 90 minutes of kick-ass goals, unbelievable saves, and loads of action. The Rowdies are going to take the top spot away from Charlotte. Tickets are on sale now and selling out fast. Get yours by calling 727-222-2000 or go to rowdysoccer.com. Charlotte, take your militia and march it back to the Queen City. Come on, you Rowdies!
And welcome back to Aolang Stadium, where the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Ottawa Fury tie at 1 tonight on this Saturday here in August, as Kyle Porter signing some autographs with the fans. And when you tie at 1, you get a goal, much needed goal, Lee, and that was Georgi Ristov, who was able to find the back of the net with for the Rowdies tonight, and he's standing by with Heather Donnelly.
Thank you, Mike. Georgie, you scored the only goal for the Rowdies tonight. It was similar to your one against St. Louis. You kind of took advantage of a poor clearance there by Ottawa. Tell me about your goal from your perspective.
Yeah, I think we've been doing very well from the left side. Zach and Marcel, been helping me a lot. And the way we play on the side, we create almost every time for Marcel to cross the ball. And with his great cross, it's always hard for their defenders to defend. So, it was a great cross, and then the guy, defended. But, I was kind of lucky that I was expecting the ball to come there, but I was lucky that it came straight to me. And I really tried to go the, far post from there.
It's been a while since you guys haven't won here at home. What do you think of this result? It's always tough to play against Ottawa. There, with all my respect to them, it's hard for them to win and it's hard for them to lose. That's what team they are. The Canadian teams, they're always been like this. And but I'm happy we gave our best. We didn't win, but we came back. We started the game. Maybe they got lucky a bit with this ball from deflection, and then in this league, whoever starts the game better, it's had the advantage. So I'm happy we came back and we still got the point. All right, thanks, Georgie.
Thank you,
guys.
Thanks, Heather, and you can see obviously Georgi Ristov tonight. Right man, right place, right time, able to convert that goal. But really, that was just the only opportunity for the Rowdies. But Georgie certainly was where he needed to be, Lee.
Yeah, and he made the allusion of both goals, actually, that he says, it was a defensive mistake for sure, so he was happy about that. And then the deflection on the goal that the Rowdies conceded. But, yeah, he was absolutely right when he got that ball, and he said he knew exactly where he was going to go for that side netting back post with a lot of power behind that ball. So a nice finish by Georgi Ristov there.
Yeah, and that's what he does 8 times this year, and he was able to get the one to at least get the Rowdies the point on the night. So, and Lee, again, when we talk about the second half, and I think here when you saw the free kick, the one that Ottawa thought they had, the opportunity, and I think we kind of saw in those highlights, the fact that the referee used the spray can right there, the ball's down. When he says the spray can, he just says right there, you almost have to wait for that. There's no wall at this point. Now, he looks back. I think he's going this, but now Walter Restrepo pointed out, you put the spray can down. You sprayed the can. You got to count the 10 yards. That's what you have to do. That's what the can's for.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's the rule or not, too, because do you know what he did as well afterwards? that when he sprayed down, he didn't get up and start to march. He took 2 steps backwards.
Right.
So it's very confusing what that rule is on when you're allowed to take the free kick and when you have to wait for the 10 yards to be marked off. I didn't see much argument there from that behind angle of Matt Pickens. He seemed to be defeated, almost like he knew, oh, geez, we just got burned. So it's very interesting the way that whole scenario unfolded.
I honestly, when you look at Walter Restrepo, when he pointed to the cannon, I think that's where the solution was, because he did point back to midfield, almost indicating it was a goal. And then after the recall, that was it. And if I'm on that field, I'm pointing exactly like Walter Restrepo did. You did it right here. We got to get a wall. No wall given. That's why no goal. We got to get a break in here. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV, Tampa Bay.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Team, let's go, let's go. Come on. Shortcuts on 3. 1, 2, 3, shortcuts! How can you be more?
We're on the road showing real people the stain-fighting power of OxyClean.
Stains on t-shirt, I see it coming out pretty quickly. The stain is gone.
That's a huge difference. You could see how it was really disgusting and how white it is now.
Looks like the stain is coming out. The OxyClean started to lift it up. I'm pretty impressed.
OxyClean, America's #1 versatile stain remover. Now get the power of OxyClean in a detergent. 1 cap beats 4 of theirs. OxyClean gets the tough stains out.
Welcome back to Al Lang Stadium. The Rowdies and the Fury tie at 1. Let's check in with Heather Donnelly down working hard, and looks like she's got one of the newcomers for the Rowdies, Sebastian Quinzani.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Sebastian, you made your Rowdies debut tonight. It's been a while since you've gotten some game action in due to an injury. What was it like playing out there tonight?
I felt really good, confident on the ball. I got to come in 10 minutes, and, anything to help the team. It's amazing how life is. I got injured against Ottawa, and I come against Ottawa, so it feels good to be back, really good.
What do you hope to accomplish here with the Rowdies through the rest of this season? You're a championship-winning player. You won championships with the Cosmos before, so what do you want to accomplish here in green and gold?
Obviously, this year, what's left of the USL, we have to win, and we have a great team, great characters in the team, and I think we have a team to take it all the way. Today, we were unlucky. We pressured them at the end. We didn't get the result, but, we just got to add on to this and to the next game.
All right, thanks, Sebastian. Well, we have to go to break, so when we come back, we'll have more interviews and more of our post-game show here on This TV Tampa Bay.
We got the sun, we got today, we got the sun, jumping, got it right through the night, got it dialed in, it's just you and me, in a perfect day.
Sundial, the place to shop and dine in downtown St. Petersburg. locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg. More than a market. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, eat it here or take it home. Fresh-made sushi, Pan-Asian dishes, mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold beer, specialty drinks, and decadent desserts. Lunch hour or happy hour. Enjoy it here or take it home. More than a market. Come and taste locale at Sundial in St. Petersburg.
Saturday, September 23rd, come to Aolang and watch the Rowdies take on the Charlotte Independents. Kickoffs at 7:30. 90 minutes of kick-ass goals, unbelievable saves, and loads of action. The Rowdies are going to take the top spot away from Charlotte. Tickets are on sale now and selling out fast. Get yours by calling 727-222-2000 or go to rowdysoccer.com. Charlotte, take your militia and march it back to the Queen City. Come on!
And welcome back to Aolang Stadium. Rowdies and Fury tie at 1. Mike Pepper, Lee Godfrey. And Lee, I think when we heard from Georgie Ristoff, he was talking about, hey, that's what happens when we play this Ottawa team. It's always something tight. 1-0 Rowdies victory earlier, and now 2 draws in their other 2 matches. It's a tight match. That's what we saw tonight.
Yeah, because like you said, sometimes they have trouble winning. Sometimes they have trouble losing is exactly a good way to put it from Georgie Ristoff of how difficult they are to play to get results against Ottawa. So I don't think the standings really show the quality of a team that they really are. They're difficult to play. So I think that's the point that you have to respect them every time you play them.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though Ottawa was sitting in 10th place coming in tonight, I know way the other results ended up around the league. And Louisville certainly will play tomorrow. But other than that, Charleston got a victory and Rochester did not. So the Rowdies put a little distance between 5th place, but still games in hand.
Yeah, that's why the 3 points would have been nice tonight to get up to a possible 40 points. Would have leapfrog Louisville for at least a day to get up to 3rd place. But because Charleston Independence with that draw against OCB tonight and the Ottawa Fury, there you see they're close there on 22. You see Cincinnati with 24 games, New York Red Bulls 24. So they got a couple of games in hand to get into that bottom half of the playoff picture.
And they have one more game. They play Cincinnati on this 3-game road trip before they return home. But for the Rowdies, we see that next 3 at. A lot of struggles on the road so far, Lee. So they'll need to find a way to get the Red Bulls, the Islanders, and Bethlehem still some points and a victory or 2.
Yeah, and they've beaten Harrisburg City Islanders here handily. They need to be able to go out and replicate that on the road.
And, of course, the Charlotte Independents in about a month's time right here at Aolang Stadium. And that is the next matchup, and our coverage starts at 7 p.m. This TV, Tampa Bay. You see the channels, whatever your viewing point is, or whether it be through the YouTube USL app, too. So I guess final thoughts here, Lee, tonight. Rowdies didn't play their best game, but they still get another point at home.
Yeah, and I think the bye week, be able to get healthy, get some guys back in a Joe Cole, who I think they need to start games, bring Nanchov off the bench, and be able to, go and be positive on the road and get some results.
Well, if you missed any of it here, as always, here at the end of the broadcast, you can catch the match in 5. For Heather Donnelly and Lee Godfrey, I'm Mike Pepper. Enjoy the match in 5.
vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Some people are blessed. Compassion and empathy are second nature. Being selfless increases their self-worth. They consider caring for others a calling, not a sacrifice. And we consider them our role models. Because if humanity can make the world a better place, imagine what it can do for healthcare.
Saturday, September 23rd, come to Ao Lang and watch the Rowdies take on the Charlotte Independents. Kickoffs at 7:30. 90 minutes of kick-ass goals, unbelievable saves, and loads of action. The Rowdies are going to take the top spot away from Charlotte. Tickets are on sale now and selling out fast. Get yours by calling 727-222-2000 or go to rowdysoccer.com. Charlotte, take your militia and march it back to the Queen City. Come on, you Rowdies!